Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Classic Who Zone. I've sent everybody their emails, so if you want to go and check. Also, the link is pinned, should be pinned to the chat there as well. If you want to go in there, it might be even faster for you. So it's Terror of the Zygons. I have it ready to go and all. We got PD Rich in the chat, Chris, Disaster Area, Real Super Doctor. Nice to see you as all. We've already got one of our guests waiting backstage, so I'll wait until the rest of them come on before I start introducing you all. Who else have we got? I think I've mentioned everybody. As everybody else comes in, I will give you an shout out. What you call it? Just seeing a bit of John Barrowman stuff going on, which I will be addressing. Fans are still going after him. Quite ridiculous, really. Also, if you haven't seen it, did a video. Time Fracture was hit by flooding. Even the gods are trying to stop this from happening. I just have to laugh, but at the same time, it's just one disaster after another, and this one is not even their fault. And it was quite telling that they asked people to please rebook. So you can see that they are desperate, a little bit desperate there. And also, I've got a video ready to go. It's something completely different. But apparently there's going to be a pregnant man emoji. Yes, they're going to be introducing a pregnant man emoji. So apparently us men can get pregnant now. There you go. Quite weird. I didn't think we could get pregnant. But there you go. We can now. Yay. So, yeah. And also they're going to have a handshake emoji between a white person and obviously a person of color. They're calling it a multicultural handshake. They're introducing that as well, and some other emojis. So I have done a little 2-minute video, and I will throw it up after this stream. So if you want to check that out and have a look, and let me know what you guys actually think in the comment section of the video. As I said, next week is the plan. Next Friday is the plan for the big launch of our new show. Obviously, there's stuff has happened, unfortunately, behind the scenes. And Lee is taking a break from social media as far as the message I'd seen. So he hasn't been in contact yet. So he probably needs a couple of days to himself, so that's fine. But hopefully we will be launching that new panel next week. Right, I think we have everybody that we're going to have on with us tonight. So without further ado, I will introduce our guests for tonight. So we start off with royalty on this channel, as always. It's the one and only Queen Charlotte.
Hello.
Oh, that didn't actually work the way I planned, but there you go. We're a bit slow there today.
It's fine.
How are you?
Am I working? Good. I was just checking I was working, and I didn't know if tech hated me again.
Right. Seems to be a bit... I could see your face, but your mouth is not moving. So it was a bit weird there.
Am I working?
We could hear you talking, but your camera...
Right, am I working? Because it looks like...
No, your camera is very slow.
Right, give me a minute.
We can hear you. The camera is just bad.
Right, let me come off and back on again, and you can introduce the other lads and see if that helps.
Right, we'll let Charlotte reboot there. Maybe that's what she'll need to do. So we'll let Charlotte reboot herself there. And what we'll do is
Hey Noel, how are you? Ah,
no problem. And we'll see if we can get you back. That's fantastic. Well, let's bring on our next guest. It's the one and only. Right, can everybody hear me now? Let me know. This is absolutely ridiculous. StreamYard has decided that it's going to be a dickhead today. It completely froze, which it's not supposed to do. So I'll be getting onto them for that because I pay for this fucking thing. So I don't know what bloody happened there. The whole thing just froze. I should have kind of knew because when Charlotte started to freeze there, I thought it was her side, but it was clearly StreamYard acting I don't know what happened. But we seem to have we got everybody still here? Yeah, we do. Do we? Yeah. Okay. Right, let's do this again. We've got royalty on the channel. And hopefully this time. Absolutely. By the way, if you did hear me shouting, calling Cheryl, I was asking her to check the internet. So just in case you did hear me, I was going crazy, man. I was going mad, man. What the hell? Anyway, we're here. Here she is. It's the one and only Queen Charlotte.
It usually is my end, to be fair.
No, there you go. You're working perfect. See?
It's usually me, so I don't blame you. If it was probably anybody else, you would have thought it was you, but because I was first, you probably like, oh, Charlotte's tech hating her per usual.
It's the first time that StreamYard I've ever had a major incident like that with StreamYard. It never freezes. That's the whole point of this. The software is so good that stuff like that's not even supposed to happen.
Well, on screen, I could see myself talking. So I was a bit bemused why you were saying, oh, that's what I was a bit confused about. Because I was like, well, I can see myself talking and it looks
but
clear.
when you are coming through on my camera, your face was still, but yet you were
that's talking. What it is.
Yeah. Right,
anyhow, we're here now.
Right, here we go. Let's bring him on. As I said, just before we got cut off, we have the one and only real Super Doctor.
Hey Noel, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Well,
that was kind of weird.
Yeah, never happens. Maybe someone doesn't want me to stream.
Wow.
We did. Somebody said in the chat they didn't know if Cheryl was watching Love Island, so it's killing your bandwidth.
No, Love Island's not until 9 o'clock or something, or it's not on a Saturday or something.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, great. Yeah. I know she keeps telling me about stuff. I have no fucking interest. Yeah. So let's bring on our guest, he normally wrenches on Rabbi's stream because Rabbi would normally be streaming today, but because it's a Jewish holiday, we do have the pleasure of his company. It's the one he does be in the chat as well, modding away for us. It's the one and only PD Rich.
Hey, Noel, thanks for the invite, mate.
No problem, man. You're more than welcome. How are you?
I'm all right. Feeling better. Not going into too many details. Not going into anything.
Yeah,
I know. But feeling a lot better now.
Well, listen, just do what I've been doing. Ignore now.
Yeah, just ignore.
For it. I just want to I did what I did, and that's the end.
Yeah.
And if people think
I'm just going to say that after what you told me, you did the right thing, I think.
Yeah, well, I kind of had to say something, but there you go. I'm going to leave it at that anyway because we don't have Lee with us right now, but he will be back. But I was going to cancel these watch-alongs because of all the stuff that was going on, but then I just decided, well, why should I stop? I believe I did
nothing wrong.
And I still do. So I don't care what anybody else thinks. At the end of the day, I was defending my friends. And as I said,
your channel. It's your channel, so you always do what's best for you. I've been saying the exact same thing to Daniel.
At the end of the day, Charlotte, as I said to PD privately, you, Daniel, himself, and Lee, we're close. Like that's our little circle there. And if I think I see something that's going on, man, you know me. If I'm told to keep my mouth shut, I can only keep it shut for so long, and I have. And I wasn't going to stay silent anymore. But look, we've forgotten
about Doctor Who. We've got Tom Baker to talk about
now. Terror of the Zygons. So, does anybody want to say anything about this before we do start? Anybody got any opinions before we do start?
It's in Bonnie, Scotland. Sorry.
Yep.
It's very
Bonnie,
Scottish.
Scotland.
Very Scottish.
The Brigadier's roots, because he's Stuart. Lifted Stuart.
Yeah.
But it's a different way of spelling Stuart. It's ST WART for Lethbridge Stewart, and it's STUART for the Scottish, I think.
It's more stalwart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do like the way they do the Zygons, that they're sort of in the background for like the first half of this. I like that approach. I think that's what I've noticed with Classic versus New Who, actually. That I do think New Who at times really could do with having that approach, that it doesn't instantly splash you in the face of, here's the monster for the week. Whereas Classic, in a lot of stories, would keep the monster in the background, and I'm starting to quite like that approach in some Classic stories.
Yeah.
They don't do it really in New Who for the simple reason they've got to tell it in 50 minutes, so you got to bring the monster.
Fans,
yeah.
Let's be fair.
Exactly,
so it's like they can't
want
do
to kind of keep the suspense in the episode. That's how they're going to keep the monster in there.
But I like how, like in Classic, they'll show you a bit of an arm. Sometimes they'll show you a bit of talking without showing everything, and then it's sort of then like part 3 or even a bit earlier, but it tends to be around part 3. You get the reveal, and I like that.
We got Wookie Fever 1969 in the chat as well, and we've got main mod as well in the chat, the one and only Chris Persia. He's been saying he's not getting notifications. What I'd say is that you can actually put the personal notifications on your devices rather than just press the notification on YouTube, because YouTube are being dicks. They will make sure that you're notified for the channels that they deem to be the ones that you should be informed by, So
if you're on the nice list, basically, YouTube has a nice list and a naughty list, as I think.
That's it. So just make sure use a personal device. I have it set as well for certain streamers that sometimes get shadow banned as well. They can't do that with your phone. Your phone, the notification will come in. So phone, computer, you can put a notification. And I don't really do loads of videos, so you won't get a notification every day or every couple of hours, like with some YouTubers, bang, 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 with the videos. They're like fucking robots. Right, but anyway, we're ready for Terror of the Zygons, folks, in the chat. I did ask you all to press 1.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever.
So if you are ready, we'll get Queen Charlotte to do. How many parts is this? 4, isn't it?
4. So this is a bit of an easier one to get through, at least.
Right.
The version I'm looking on has got a bit. I've seen a short scene with Tom Baker in the cinema.
Oh, that's not the one I've got.
I'm not watching it on the usual channel that you put in on the private channel. I've gone back to the other place that Charlotte.
Same here.
So should I just skip that to the title sequence?
Yeah, just skip that and just get ready for the title sequence. Yeah.
I've got a DVD here, so I don't know if it's going to play that or not. Probably not, hopefully.
Well, here, check a force PD before, because if you press play, then it ends up.
They'll go straight to the title menu, so it's fine. Sorry, go straight to the. Dong.
We got a super chat from Kip Ellis. It's probably a unicorn or something.
Hi, Kip. We've not seen you for a little bit.
Hey, Kip.
Yeah, nice to see you here, Kip. Thanks for popping in.
Nice to see all when we see faces or names we haven't.
Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat.
Yeah, thanks super chat, Kip.
Yeah, well,
probably is a unicorn of it, Tim.
Probably is.
Probably a doomcorn or a unicorn. Yep, it's a Doomicorn. That's Doomcock calls it.
Doomicorn.
Oh, and hi, Joker. Joker's just popped in.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a few ones.
How are you? Nice to see you, enigmatic Joker. Right, I think we are ready.
Yeah.
So, Charlotte, if you would like to do the honors there. And we got 12 people watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, action. Smash. Or if you want to hit the dislike button, you can. If you're a grumpy old fuck like me sometimes.
Hey, at least he admits to it.
Exactly. Exactly. I have flaws. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Right, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
That's
on mute, I'm just checking.
It is, it's a unicorn. Yay. We love the unicorn.
Oh, I miss Tom Baker.
I miss Peter Capaldi as.
Oh, trust me, I've been getting, because we've been going through Matt stuff, I've been getting like massive, like, oh, I miss my Matt sort of vibes.
We still don't have these cool oil rigs.
Yeah. I think they still do out in the seas of Aberdeen. I think they've got oil rigs.
They don't have cool sci-fi looking oil rigs.
Oh no, there's still some about. They're just not.
Yeah. Oh, we still have oil rigs. We just don't have cool sci-fi looking ones.
Oh right.
Radars on the top.
I love the description the rig gives of them.
Yeah.
It's very good model.
Yeah, I was thinking that when I was watching. But I think Doctor Who was clever in Classic. So that's another thing I've noticed. Is like they knew if they really wanted to have a model shot, they'd have one detailed one and then don't have it for the rest of the episode. Like they knew how to very much almost like economize the model shots.
Tom in his tartan scarf and Scottish bonnet.
I think he looks a bit daft in the hat. I like the scarf, the tartan scarf.
I don't like the hat on him at all.
I know, but that's the Doctor. I mean, the Doctor can do daft things like that.
I know, but I think
and it's supposed to be funny. It's really Tom taking the pee, in the show.
Yeah.
I think it's his curly hair. I think it's just so big it doesn't suit a hat like that.
Yeah.
Wow,
whereas
we got
the usual
people watching and 15 likes. Thank you, appreciate it. Nice.
Oh, and while we're here, I just want to say thank you to Dan and the Spacebook on their Facebook page. They did a lovely little like a celebration thing about you getting to 1,000. So thank you, Dan and the Spacebook, because that was lovely.
Yeah, he sent me a lovely message as well, Dan did, on YouTube and also on Facebook.
Yeah, well, in their Facebook group, they did a lovely little thing. So thank you, Dan, if you're watching, because sometimes you do pop in the chat. We know you're busy.
Yeah, he's actually asked if we can should team up again soon. He said, I'd love it. I think Dan's channel is one of the best channels out there, if not the best channel for the different types of variety you can get on his channel, Eventually I'll get to that place. I'm not ready to let go of Doctor Who just yet.
Well, no, you're getting there though. You're doing different stuff during the week.
You're right. We are diving into new things as well, yeah.
I think we're all doing that though. Like me and Daniel are doing it. Yeah. Everybody's doing it, aren't they?
That's it. And I can't wait now because, the Orville is finished wrapping up. So
finally.
Yeah, so I was thinking of, again, because we never did, I don't think we actually did reviews of the Orville on the channel, and it was something that we were supposed to originally do. So I was thinking if people want to get reacquainted with the Orville, I was thinking of doing some Orville reviews. But what we could do is slightly different to the Doctor Who ones. Instead of doing a watch along, I tell you what episodes we're watching.
Yeah, just do a discussion stream.
Watch the episode, then we come on and then we'll give our opinions and review it that way. Would people be up for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grand.
So watch-alongs aren't for everybody's cup of tea, are they?
I know, yeah. I've been listening to people. While the Doctor Who watch-alongs are popular, people have said to me like that watch-alongs are not everybody's cup of tea. So, I've stuck with them.
I think with Doctor Who, though, we've made it our little thing on the channel, haven't we? So it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and this is a funny scene here. The Doctor comes in and sees the Brigadier in a kilt.
I know it's funny because throughout the previous scene, you just could hear the bagpipes blaring, couldn't you? And it was just like, okay, we get it, we're in Scotland.
And then Sarah says, "It's nice to see you in a kilt."
I honestly, I got the impression watching this that Liz was it almost felt improvised, that line from Liz. Because you can tell her face, she can't keep a straight face with him in that kilt.
Yeah.
I think he pulls it off though, Alistair.
Yeah.
Not every bloke can if they put a kilt on.
I miss the brig.
See, I quite like Kate.
Yes, so did I.
And it was a bit of a shame that she didn't do all. No, she wasn't.
Sorry, I thought you would be doing a doctor.
Yeah, it's a shame about Kate and unit got shut down.
Yeah.
One of the things that most annoyed me about Resolution at the beginning.
But I think the thing is with Kate, it felt natural that she would be she'd be the leader in it from the brig, and the fact that she made it more scientific as well felt natural.
Exactly. Yeah.
From the more military guys, obviously, of the brig, and the classic era when it was very much a military.
Yeah.
Setup.
Because Torchwood got a bit more unit than the unit was, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it's fun that
Torchwood blatantly became the place where they could use violence and all that stuff.
So it's kind of this weird crossover. Like unit Torchwood became more like unit, and unit became more like Torchwood.
I do love Tom here. This is full on. I call it sulking doctor. Where he's like, "Why have you called me here? Like, I don't want to be here."
Yeah.
It's more of his kind of childish kind of tantrums, It's
that's what I mean. Sulking.
Anything.
He's like a child who's sulking because you've called him in from play. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like a parent, then you have to come in now.
Just a minute. This is Harry's last serial, isn't it? Leaves after this one.
Oh, yeah. Because how many did Harry actually do?
Yeah. He did He comes back. It comes back, I think, in the future one, but that's it.
The mad staring eyes, the hat, and the scarf. I mean, that's Tom.
Chris says, watch-alongs are fun. It's like having everyone in your lounge room. Well, it is. If you have the computer on, you're watching. Obviously, you'll have the sound up while you're listening to us talking. I think they are a good idea. I don't know everybody's cup of tea, but Critical Drinker did one last night with Gary. They were the True Romance or something they did. So he does his own little movie watch-alongs as well, and he gets thousands of people watching. So some people are in favour of them. I can understand why some people probably think they're boring, but if you're sitting at home, you have the computer on, you're listening to us on the panel talking, and you're watching the episode, you might be able to relate to what we're saying, or you might have a different opinion. Then you can come in and type in and say, "Nah, I don't agree with you there," or "Oh yeah, that was a good point."
Yeah.
You know? So that's why, there are times where I was going to get rid of them. But then I thought, look, there are a few people here that like them, and I actually do like doing them. I have to say I do. There are some that are a chore to get through because they're so bloody long. But when
that's the only thing with classic.
Like this, I'm fine, It's just, and it depends on the mood as well. Some weekends we might all come together and not be we might have all had a shit week or something. And, you're not really as up for it as you would be on other weeks. But yeah, you do it because you enjoy it, because it does bring a smile on your face. So, I mean, I remember when I put up a post, sorry, Charlotte, I put up a post saying that I wasn't going to do any more watch-alongs for the foreseeable future, right? And literally someone went into Twitter and said, "Well, I don't like them anyway." And I was like, fair enough, but you don't have to come in and comment, right? You don't like them, but I get it, But I just thought, but I wasn't giving out. I just thought it was funny because, it was just like as soon as I mentioned I was getting rid of what, someone just comes in and says, "Yeah, I never liked them."
No, and it's fun because like you might have an idea you never had about an episode because you've heard somebody else while you're watching it.
Exactly.
Because I can remember when we did is when I think it was for Halloween, or we picked a couple of New Who that we just really wanted to watch. Like that, there was no order to it, and it was Heaven Sent. That's it. And I'd never understood the whole thing about him freaking out about Clara, and it was literally on that watch along I clicked, oh, this is why he's had such a bad reaction, and it was because we were watching it together, and somebody said something, and it then clicked in my head.
Exactly.
Why I was like, oh, this is why Clara. It wasn't the fact that it was, maybe it was half because it was Clara, but I do think, and now this is my view, that the other half is just she was one too many. He's had so many losses before her. She was just the last nail. That's why he had such a bad reaction to her death in comparison to other companions sort of dying or things happening to them.
I mean, you can see the kind of paused reaction in Peter Davison's Fifth Doctor when Adric was killed in the space liner. You know, when that final moment, because Adric, they couldn't go back to save Adric, and he kind of feels guilty because he just couldn't do it because the Time Lords would just pull him up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd probably do something worse to Adric, knowing the Time Lords in that period of time. See, this gave me a bit of Hound of Baskervilles vibes. The sort of village all telling ghost stories.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And sort of Sarah being like the Sherlock character, to be like the skeptic. Say, oh, it's just a load of rubbish, that.
Yeah.
So this is another companion departure. It's Harry, obviously, that's going in this serial. So we say goodbye to Harry Sullivan.
Yeah, appears again in the Android Invasion.
Yeah.
Last appearance.
Why does he appear again then?
I think he's an android, isn't he?
That makes sense.
That's the one with just Benton, isn't it? It's just Benton and because of Briggs in Briggs in Geneva when it all happens.
I don't think I don't know if Ian Marter was still alive when they filmed the Five Doctors.
Yeah, but I think they would have really struggled to put any more companions in that story, because if you think about the ones they had, like Sarah obviously got a big role.
Yeah.
Susan got quite a big role as a companion. You had Tegan and the redhead companion, him as well, and the redhead Turlo. That's it. I couldn't think of his name. So those, and like you would have really struggled, I think, to get any other companions in. Like Jamie and Victoria were literally like tiny cameos, weren't they?
Yeah. And in the 50th, there would be no doubt if Elizabeth Sladen was still alive, she'd be really up for going into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have been in.
Well, she would just
definitely would have done something for it.
Yeah. Because I always thought the 50th was kind of empty, but with some companions not there, just to kind of keep the illusion going on. Because I mean, they could have come back. It doesn't matter how old they are. I mean, Tegan could have come back, or I think Turlo could have come back.
It would have been something. Yeah. I think it would have been nice if we would have had one classic companion.
I'm not saying anything about the Zygon controls.
Well, Tom Baker said that look like pizzas, you know.
Yeah.
He always said the gallery had a dirty mind.
Yeah.
Sure, he's not talking about himself there. I think Tom's always come across to me as having a bit of a dirty mind.
Yeah, really dirty gallery on this one, yeah.
So this is great. It ties in with the myth of the Loch Ness monster as well.
Mm.
Isn't that the
What do you
guy
think
from
about the
Time
Zygon
Flight?
design?
Yeah, good design as well. Yeah, as you were saying.
But it's just sort of, it fits perfectly, doesn't it, for Loch Ness? The massive squid-looking things.
Yeah.
So it is a shame that we never got to see Liz with Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would have been such a lovely, even if it was just for like a story or just like a tiny something, it would have been lovely because we know how much a fan Peter is, so he would have just adored it, and you would have seen the sort of, if Tennant fan like girled over Sarah, Peter would have been 10 times more fangirl than David.
Yeah.
And then we had Katie Manning had met up with Peter Capaldi when he was still in the role.
Yeah, that was never on screen, was it? But they did meet up to do something together.
Yeah, and then Janet Fielding had met up when Peter Capaldi took the role.
Oh,
yeah. I really think it would have been nice if he would have got one classic companion. I think just as a one-off Peter, because he would have just absolutely
he would have
loved that.
Yeah.
Even if Caroline Ford had come back, just walked into the TARDIS again, and you know, like even if it was twice upon a time.
No, you're right. I agree with you. That would have been lovely.
Because I think Peter Capaldi wanted that, and Peter Capaldi got the Mondasian Cybermen. He got his wish for that.
Yeah, that was a good idea to bring them back.
How much Peter Capaldi wanted to be back in Doctor Who, we just don't know unless he says something later on.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Capaldi's a gentleman. He's one of that generation that he would never say out loud. He would never say anything to even do a tiny bit of a smirk to anybody.
No, he wouldn't. No.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't.
Ooh, there's a hair in the gate.
Well, maybe when he retires from acting, we could get him in as showrunner.
Oh.
I don't see him as a showrunner. I see him as a producer. I think there's a few names that I wouldn't want to be showrunners, but I'd have them as producers.
Or creative controllers,
Yeah, to be sort of a guy in hand.
Something like,
he
said something like in a statement, like he wouldn't want to be the showrunner to the show because he likes playing the part of the Doctor.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. I could see him as being like a creative, like help as a like input or produce. You know, like one of those nebulous titles.
Barry Letts did it for a while with John Nathan Turner.
I mean, basically, when Peter Capaldi was in the role, he was keeping the show alive. You know, it wasn't doing too well with the writing and that, but you know, it was just hanging by a thread, and then the thread fell when the 13th Doctor got cast. But we'll not talk about that.
Yeah.
It's a great cliffhanger, this.
Mm-hmm. I do like that cliffhanger.
I mean, the Zygon just creeping up behind her, just puts the hand on her shoulder, and she just lets out a scream when she turns around. I mean, the great cliffhangers are actually in the Tom Baker era.
Yeah.
See, to be fair, I do think some of the later seasons, even when the writing weren't brilliant, they still had really good cliffhangers.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, Series 13 this is. The good Series 13, not the bad one.
Right. If you are ready for the second part, let me know in the chat, folks, and we'll get going and we'll take a break during the next one. Before we start the next one, I should say. So if you're already press 1, I've got it loaded and all. I'm just afraid that I might pause. So
Well, this is a good season. We've done most of this season now. Got Planet of Fire after this one. Pyramid of Mars. Android Invasion. Brain of Morbius. And Season of Doom.
All my favourite episodes.
Yeah. Season.
Right, Charlie.
Sorry.
Yeah, are we going? So 5, 4, 3, sorry, 2, 1, go.
Go.
Go ahead, PD. What were you saying? Sorry.
Series 13, the original Series 13, not a new one, was very good. Some brilliant episodes. We've done a few of them so far. We've done did Seeds of Doom and we did Pyramids of Mars.
Also, hi Sudoku. Sudoku. I can't speak today. It's just popped into the chat.
Oh, hi Sudoku.
It's the heat, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, there's Benton. Benton's turned up.
Oh.
It's not a unit episode unless Benton's being yelled at by the brig.
I was going to say, it wasn't just Benton. I think there was a few names you can substitute in that sentence for being yelled at by the brig.
Yeah. It's always Benton who's getting really badly yelled at.
He does tend to be the fall guy, doesn't he?
Yeah. RHIP. Rank has its privileges. I always like John Levine, though.
I find it all the time.
Yeah.
It leads to the
okay,
side.
so we're on. So Doki, we're in episode 2, so you're not that far behind.
And remember, if you haven't liked the video or the stream, I should say, give it a like. Of course, if you're a grumpy old bastard like myself, give it a dislike. Who gives a shit? But,
there should be another option called grunt. Give it a grunt.
That's it.
Give it a grunt, acknowledging existence.
And give it an old share as well.
Yeah.
So, but I think this outfit is one of my favourites for Tom. I think it's just enough fuss. It's not too busy. I like this one.
I agree. The colours the colours kind of all go with each other as well. Though. I mean, the scarf, and then you've got the jacket, and then the trousers. It does. You're right.
I think this is the most sensible scarf. I mean, it's just the right length. But in later seasons, I mean, it just goes to 25 feet. I mean, it's like wrapped around like a shawl, and I quite like it like that as well. But it's
steering wheels.
It just goes overboard. The length.
That's the problem when you're a prop maker. You start spotting what they use.
Yeah.
So, that's a little tiny steering wheel. That's not a valve handle.
So that must be annoying for you because you work about these people, so you must see all the tricks that we go. Oh, is it that magic?
Yeah.
It's television. And for you, you're like, no, I know what that is.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's the problem why I don't want to do props professionally. I just amateur because I'm just spotting mistakes left, right, and centre.
I think the Zygons are quite a good monster. I mean, they're very creepy because their voice, and you can see their eyes and their mouth and that, and their creepy movements and that. And even I think the Zygons are quite good in the modern series as well.
I have to agree with you. I actually thought that was the one thing that Moffat actually did right.
Yeah.
Was the Zygons. I like that two-parter.
Yeah.
And we will be watching, because we are watching, remember, Matt Smith, and we will get the Peter Capaldi as well. So we got plenty of new Who to go. And don't forget Matt Smith now. We're on we are season
Second
6.
part, you're not going to be happy tomorrow.
I say we just skip it. I'm only messing. Because the next one is not great either. It's the pirate one, isn't it?
Yeah, but at least it's not bad. It's just forgettable, that episode, from my memory.
Yeah.
Enlightenment.
So we're talking about Matt's.
All right. Oh, the Curse of the Black Spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
one.
next week. Yeah, we've got the second part of the two-parter because we decided not to do the two parts last week because I just couldn't sit through another.
Yeah, well, the footy was on, so we couldn't really do too long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's been a week since. So how is all of our English fans feeling now after?
They've stopped having fits and have calmed down.
Apparently they're all racist now, so...
Yeah, I will say that's been the sad thing about it. People that have been in denial about racism now can't be in denial. It's been there for everybody to see. Is it as systemic as people have made it out to be? I wouldn't be quite sure, but there definitely is an issue there, and it needs to be sorted. But when your prime minister is a racist bigot anyway, how do you expect people to take it seriously? I mean, did you hear his speech? Ridiculous.
I just tune out of most of the stuff he says nowadays, to be fair.
Best thing I seen though was he was doing an interview on live television, right? And the reporter was asking him questions. And some woman, you don't see her at all, she's in the background. And she just shouts over, "Get away, you racist bigot! Racist big," and just walks off, and Boris Johnson's face, he did nowhere to look. Yeah, he is a racist.
Oh, I just can't stand him, full stop. That's my own personal opinion, though.
Yeah.
No, he is, man. It's fucking clear.
Oh, no, I kind of saw it when he was the mayor of London. He was terrible at it.
Yeah.
It's like, you want someone terrible to be running the country.
Typical. See, this is what I get off a lot of English fans. Not sure if Ireland even qualified. Did Ireland qualify? Listen, I am not, as an Irish man, coming out and saying that the Ireland team is great and it's coming home. Right? We don't have that arrogance. The Irish team is shit. No, we didn't qualify. We didn't even make the fucking group. Right? Okay, but I'm under no illusion that my team is shit, right? Difference is English arrogance. Every time you play a competition, it's coming home, we're going to win it. So everybody was delighted to see England lose. And even more so now because we've seen the reaction of some English fans, disgusting, vile human beings that they are. So, coming home. You still have 66. You can keep talking about that now for another 60 fucking 6 years or whatever.
But all I can say to my political comments is this. I watched the South Park episode Douche and Turd because that's what I kind of thought about the last
I love that episode.
Yeah. We had our moment. That was our Douche and Turd moment.
Fucking gas, man.
Yeah.
I'm not triggered. I know where my team stands. We're just under no illusions. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And by the way, we've got a brilliant rugby team anyway. We beat your asses once every few seasons, so that's all right.
Yeah.
We still have the rugby.
Yeah, but we can actually play rugby. Our rugby team isn't actually that bad. They're actually quite good.
It's just we're better.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Give it 10 years time and it'll be useless.
Six Nations. Ireland's one of the most fucking Six Nations, if I'm correct in saying. Or it's Wales, and then we come second.
I was going to say, Wales is usually better than both of us. Definitely the Welsh are better.
Yeah, it used to be France, but it's changed, you're right. It's Wales now. Wales are the team to beat now.
Yeah, they are. It's such a big thing in their rugby.
Yeah.
In their country,
well, they love their rugby.
They absolutely adore it.
Yeah. Concentrate on hurling and Gaelic. Well, you've spelled Gaelic wrong, but I understand what you try to write. I'm surprised YouTube didn't.
Yeah, they just swearing or something. A bit sensitive. I tell you what, I'm really surprised at some point that Doctor Who didn't borrow like the Emmerdale set. The amount of times they're in little country pubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, get outside and scout around.
That wasn't a personal comment. No. That was just in case the censors see it.
There you go. That's how you spell Gaelic.
No.
Well done.
Just in case the censors see it and think, it's the last thing we need this evening.
He thinks Gaelic football is massively violent and hurling. Well, it's one of the fastest sports in the world. I used to play a bit of hurling myself, man, and a bit of Gaelic football, and you couldn't be soft playing those sports. Kids nowadays would be massacred if you shield them, you know.
Yeah.
You couldn't have kids today playing fucking Gaelic football or hurling. You're joking. The ball going near them, the slinger going near them, and they'd be like throwing down. Oh, the ball! Get away. Kids are just, I tell you, it's gas, man.
It'd be Carmageddon.
Yeah, of course they would. For fuck's sake, you couldn't do that with kids nowadays, hurling or Gaelic, man. I wonder if the GAA clubs are still going and what. It's probably non-contact sport now for the kids.
Yeah, it'd be a non-contact version of
Gaelic football, yeah.
Back in my day, it was full contact. I ended up with broken noses and everything, right? If you didn't get a smack of a sliotar in the face, right, that's the ball that you use for hurling. If you didn't get a smack in the face with a sliotar, you weren't playing right.
Wow, yeah.
Right?
Because they're like cricket balls, aren't they?
Yeah. Pure leather, man. These things will bleed and rip the hand off you.
Ow.
You catch these in midair and all, man.
So you'll basically end up looking like Harry in this episode.
Well, in fairness, I wasn't really great at hurling as much as I was with Gaelic football. Gaelic football was better because you could elbow people and get away with it.
It's my kind of game.
Gaelic football is a tough sport. You have to have. Do you ever see? So it's Sky Sports show it now, which kind of fascinates me watching Sky Sports' coverage of Irish sports because they do be fascinated, and the amount of English people that I do say, "Oh, this sport is insane. Where have I been all my life?" It does make me proud to see that the sport is actually picking up in England, and they actually like it. You know, it is a good sport. You should do it. Do you know what? If English people played a bit of GAA, maybe all the frustrations that you would have would go away and you would be less arrogant. Same when he's played cricket.
I think the problem is generally the English people are very oppressed, if you know what I mean. So just a lot of oppression in our culture.
Yeah. I won't say but I think the British Empire was fucking was responsible for oppressing people.
Yeah, I think we were very repressed in our culture. It's a bit sad, really.
Sadako doesn't like Harry Sullivan, apparently, because according to him, Harry Sullivan is an imbecile. What has Harry Sullivan ever done to you, Sadako?
Would you rather have Yaz?
Jerry Springer looks positively classy now compared to Jeremy Kyle. Okay, we're kind of going, I don't know what that's all about, but fair enough.
Oh, come on. How many times do we go off topic?
No, I mean, I don't know what the Jeremy Kyle and Jerry Springer reference is all about. I know Jeremy's show was pulled because of suicides and stuff. And bullying. Well, I'd say, why hasn't Love Island been cancelled? Because the same thing's been happening on Love Island.
Yes.
Like, you can't just get cancel one and not cancel the other. Yeah. I like the Jeremy Kyle show. I liked the other show that he did as well. You know, where love him or hate him, he does try do good. He does.
Yeah. I just find it very surly, though. I just find it really surly. Yeah.
Dr. Phil's a fraud.
Oh, he is. He got found out, didn't he?
Yeah. He's actually being responsible for people. I won't even say it, but like if you read about it,
careful, YouTube will get you.
I know, so that's why I'm not going to say anymore. But
can't remember who found him out. Someone found him out. Remember that?
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
It's Nary. Not Harry, Nary. This is the one with the gruesome death, isn't it?
Just a bit.
It's not important the way he's even talking. Go on, Harry, run.
Mary Nullivan.
I'm quoting Tom, right? Did Harry just I must have missed it because I was talking. Sorry, Sadako. I do apologise there, my friend. I didn't know what you were talking about there. I must have missed it because I was talking. Go on, Liz. Run after him, will you? Come on, put a bit more effort into it. Where are you going? You're going the wrong way, Liz. Liz, you're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way.
She wanted to go to the pub, that's it. She just wanted to go to the pub.
It's green for go. Green for go. Go, lads, go.
She just wanted Benton to do it. Even Liz is using Benton as his underdog. It's her underdog, yeah.
Oh, she's still going. She's still going.
She's trying. She's trying.
Jesus Christ, she's keeping up with those soldiers all the same. We got a Facebook user. It doesn't say who you are. If you'd like to say who you are, you're obviously commenting on Facebook. But if you'd like to say who you are on Facebook, it'll come up. But it says, "Hi, folks. Sorry to have missed this. It's a great story." Well, we're only on the second part, so there's 4 parts. So we're going to be taking a break after this part. So if you would like to get the third part set up, you're more than welcome to join us. The more the merrier. And we've got 16 people watching at the moment, so hit that like button as well.
Hey, Daniel.
And Daniel's in the chat as well.
Hello.
Yay. Nice to see you, Daniel. And Daniel, thanks for texting me, by the way. You know what I'm talking about, but thanks for that text because that meant a lot. Appreciate it. Nothing wrong with the pub, says the Facebook user. Wherever you are, let me know who you are. Sorry, I'm actually a bit annoyed that StreamYard don't show who it is commenting on Facebook.
Yeah.
But whoever you are, welcome. We appreciate it. She runs better than Wonder Woman. I wouldn't go as far as that now.
Well, I like Gal Gadot.
She kept up with the old soldiers. I'll give her that now.
Yeah, but I think it's part of the companion CV, isn't it? It must be part of the audition, I think. Can you leg it down the corridor and we can see how you
That's it, yeah.
Well, yeah. But you say that, and then I was going to say, well, did they take that into consideration when casting the doctor that we have now? Because she
and then before. And then before when they actually casted for actual actors.
She can't fucking run that one. That's the one thing I would say. She looks ridiculous when she runs.
Oops.
Oh, the poor Zygon.
Yeah.
Oh, you killed the Zygon, Sarah Jane.
I don't think she'll be that bothered about it.
It was Harry Zygon. Oh, rest in peace, Harry Zygon.
Wasn't that originally supposed to be the cliffhanger, but they had to bring it forward because they didn't want to get complaints?
Really? They thought they'd get complaints for that?
Massive complaints. They weren't going to reveal that he was a Zygon. That was supposed to be the cliffhanger.
Okay.
I think Barry Letts said, no, we got to bring it forward. We've got to put it in the middle of the episode, not the end.
I tell you what, this is like something straight out of a slasher movie, this scene.
Yeah. Harry the Zygon was a nasty piece of work.
Yeah.
It's like something out of Hellraiser, and it's like a dirty movie combined.
Yeah.
So someone wants to know what are the suckers for on their bodies? Any lore on that?
I'm not sure. They probably just evolved from the ocean instead of evolving from.
I don't know. Didn't Moffat, when you do the Zygons, didn't you use the suckers that were on their hands to do something to people's faces or something?
Yeah.
I think the suckers are there because it's kind of like a part, like an octopus sucker.
That's it.
You know.
Yeah, they do look like they're sort of either like an evolved from an Earth creature, or they just happen to share traits, don't they?
Yeah. Probably evolved from an octopod or something on another planet.
Yeah.
Sadako adds as well, apparently the suckers carry a very powerful, painful sting. Yeah, I think Moffat, as I said, did that in his.
Yeah, now you mentioned it, it's clicking with me. There was something happened, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
and it was like a mutation as well in Moffat's.
No, I remembered it because it's in the 50th. It was a joke. Do you remember when Tennant was snogging a Zygon because he thought it was Queen Elizabeth, and Matt had the line of suckers, and something to do with poison. They've got poisonous suckers, and you were kissing it. Yeah. That's like the sort of line. So it wasn't. It would be. It would be Moffat, wouldn't it? So he did explain it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Moffat did do the Zygons really well.
He did. He doesn't. He gets credit there because he did do them well.
See, there's a load of stuff when we do get to Capaldi because I've not watched it in God knows how many years, and I was a bit on and off with his run in general just because of the writing. So I am actually looking forward to seeing if stuff improves, and I'm interested. And that Zygon two-parter is one that when I watch it again, I wonder if I'm going to like it more.
Yeah. I kind of started liking Capaldi after Last Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sort
of... season.
Yeah, his first series, it was just, he was too cold for me.
Yeah.
It was like, I understood sort of what they were trying to do, but it was just too stark.
Yeah.
And then his next series, I absolutely hated Clara by that point. So it was like a slog to watch it.
She did calm down in that series, though. She wasn't too in your face.
Yeah, but I couldn't. I despised her.
She's gone too far though. I think they pushed her.
And then I watched the whole of his last series because I knew he was going, and because Clara was gone. So
yeah,
I was very on and off.
Yeah, I think they should have brought Bill in for season 9.
Yeah, I think Clara should have been just a one series with him.
Yeah.
I think Pearl Mackie was like a breath of fresh air. I mean, when I had saw that wee clip with Pearl Mackie and Peter Capaldi and the Dalek, I thought that was really good.
I thought they were trying to do Rose with her. I thought, they're not doing a Rose replacement.
No, she was the opposite of Rose. It worked.
Yeah, after the first episode, I thought exactly that. I thought, she does work. You can't really tell much from a clip, though. That was a cut scene, wasn't it, that clip?
Yeah, it was like Super John, Super Doctor was saying. It was like a promotional thing they released before the series.
Yeah.
From a deleted scene, yeah.
She's still one of the best companions, I think, in New Who, even though she only had one season.
Yeah.
I really do. I think she's
Martha only had one season as well.
Very underrated with Doctor Who fans out there, or especially newer fans, I should say.
Yeah, I like Martha as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Martha.
She could do a Martha though, and just sort of appear again in an episode.
Yeah.
Like they did with Martha. Like she had one series, but she had quite a few appearances in the series 4, just because of basically that finale and everything else she did. So she had one series, but she probably had the most I'd say development after her series than any other companion, because she had a lot of appearances in Torchwood, in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Probably because she had the exit that she could come back because she chose to leave, whereas everybody else either got killed or put in a parallel universe or.
Yeah. We went straight on to season 5 because of the hoo-ha, didn't we?
Yeah.
We missed all that.
But we did do the watch along when it happened, which was brilliant. Before Journey's End.
Yeah.
Journey's End? What's it called? That two-part from Blanking?
Yeah, Soul and Earth and Journey's End.
Yeah.
My favourite two-parters.
Right, we'll take a couple of minutes break there for anybody that needs to get a drink, because I know I appreciate that the weather is a bit warm.
Yeah, I'm going to get a bit of my drink, actually.
Quick bathroom break, or you need to go and get a cold drink, because I'm not going to get a cold drink myself now.
RMS, Brennan.
Get you yourselves a cold drink, and while you are at it as well, don't forget to get the other part set up so we can start when everybody is ready. Right, I'll get the third part ready. Albert are taking me on advice there. Right. It's a bit slow, but it is working today. So
Brennan's now a sergeant major. I didn't realise he's a sergeant major in this now. That's what RMS is. So RSM is a sergeant major. Cool. Never realised that.
Right, so how's everybody feeling about it so far in the chat, guys? How are you all feeling? Does everybody in the chat, does people like this story? Do you not like this story? Let us know in the chat. We never actually really ask you guys until the very end, but I'll ask you now halfway through. How are you guys enjoying it? And we'll get to each of the panel then to read out one of your comments, yeah? So if you throw in our comment up there, we'll get the panelists to read out the comments. So let us know how you are feeling about this story right now.
Chris Persian's predicting time and just put 1.
Fantastic.
We got them trained now, our chat. It's good.
Right, go ahead. There's a comment there. Whoever wants to start the ball rolling there. We'll start with the Queen. Queen, if you want to read
let me just get it up.
The first.
Nice reminder of the quality days of the show, and that's from Seductive, because I know he likes Tom. So
fantastic. PD, go ahead. You can read the next one there.
First is one is the magic number, as Daniel put it.
Okay, and I can never get your name right. Says one of the most scary stories when I was a kid. Fantastic. We'll put Daniel's comment up there.
It's nice to remember it. I was too young. I wasn't even born when this story was released.
Fantastic. So, so a lot of people are liking. There you got Digby Strawbridge, who would like to read out that comment there.
Super Doctor hasn't read one out. So you want to?
Oh, he's on a pause. He's probably making himself a nice, lovely drink.
I'll do this one if you want. Such a great story. I miss the Fourth Doctor. It's great pick. Thank you, Noel.
Yeah, I think I let the guys pick, but yeah.
No, you pick this one.
So we do. I don't really want to do Peter. I'd rather just stick with Pertwee and
well, Baker. No, there's some Peter we've not done. Hasn't he got? You were saying there were some that we haven't done yet.
We have a few that we still haven't done of his, so we might as well do them. Yeah,
just get them out.
Yeah,
them out.
Yeah, because we've done McCoy and most of Colin Baker.
Daniel
has a comment there.
Oh, I'll read out because it's my co-host. If I can. get it up in a sec. Because my thing's a little bit slow today. There we go. Oh, you got it up. Good story, but there are even better Tom Baker ones.
I agree. You've got Genesis. I do prefer Pyramids of Mars to this.
Genesis is the best story ever, though. So there we go.
I was going to say Pyramids is a pretty high bar.
Yeah, love it. A lot of people don't prefer Genesis over Pyramids, though. When there is a vote on the 2 episodes, normally Genesis wins out, and rightly so to a certain extent. But I do have that soft spot for Pyramids of Mars. It's got both things that I love: the Doctor and Egyptian culture, or whatever. There's a word for it: Egyptiology, wherever you believe in God.
Egyptology.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't worry.
Yeah. So I got there eventually. Sadako has a comment there. Oh no, hold on. Yeah. No, we have another comment by Digby there. So if someone would like to read that one out, I'll throw it up on the screen. It's taking a bloody time because this computer.
Do you want me to do it in the voice of Gloomblock?
Oh yeah, do effects.
Okay. Do your sound effects. Go for it.
With Noel's permission, I'm not going to leave. If I leave it on, just prod me, okay?
Go on.
I can do it like Doomblock. Okay, if I can read it. There we go. My other half watched this up after the invasion and told me Moffat was a hack.
I love that.
There you go.
You can read out the next one now. Go on. Right, there you go.
I can definitely recommend Enlightenment from Davidson. It's definitely one of Davidson's best. Deadly Assassin, I guess. Have you guys done Visitation?
Yes, we've done Visitation.
Yes,
recently-ish, from my memory.
Yeah.
We have.
I think
but we will get back to it again. We will. You'll do them all. Look, we will eventually get around and repeat stories again. That's the beauty about Classic Who. Like we'll get them. It'll be so long since we've done them again that we'll revisit them. And we might have there again. It's actually quite interesting because I have kind of gone back to streams where we have repeated episodes to see if people have changed their ratings, and it's quite interesting to see. It depends on the mood. See, this is the thing that I was saying earlier on, because some of the videos people have different ratings, including myself, to some stories that we did when we did them again. So it can happen that way. Facebook user, again, your name's not coming up. I really am sorry about that. But they do say, sadly, we'll have to bounce, but we'll keep my eyes open for the next classic series watch along. They're every Saturday. Every Saturday.
Yeah,
so if you're new when you haven't been here before, they're every Saturday. Tomorrow is New Who. We're on Matt Smith. We started series 6, I should say. We're on episode 2 now of the opening of the season opener, the 2-part season opener. So we're on the second part of that tomorrow. So if you're a new Who fan as well, you can come and join that as well. And Digby said, actually, we'll let PD Rich do it in his own unique way. PD, knock yourself out.
Love that, PD Rich.
There you go. And we've got what comments from himself there.
I know.
Right.
Have we got a super doctor now?
No. What?
Right. If everybody would like to get ready in the chat,
got one as well.
Please press 1. Tell them to press 1. Tell them to press 1. Tell them to press 1.
Chat, press 1.
That's it. Right. As soon as we're ready, we'll get Quinn.
So I'll get the comments up now so I can do. It's been really slow today for me.
Facebook user says Coolio. I love Coolio myself, by the way, but I know what you meant. But I do love Coolio. As I walk through the valley of the shadow with it.
That song was out when I was at school, when I was in secondary school.
Not allowed to sing it. I'm not allowed to sing it. I'll be accused of culture appropriation if I sing.
I'll sing the Weird Al Yankovic version.
So I'll leave that to Eminem to do that. So go.
Amish paradise.
I know that's deadly as well. Coolio hated that, by the way, but I do love that show. Right, Charlotte, go for it. I was drunk. Oh, hold on, though. This is an interesting one from Daniel. I have to read this one. He says, I was drunk the first time I saw the story. I won't ask. You were probably at a football match or something, and then probably had a few beers and came back. That's what it probably was. Okay. Right, Charlotte, walk away.
Yeah. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go.
And we are off. Yeah. Listen, I want to thank you all. I've had a it's been a bit of a stressful week. And I have to say,
hasn't it just, my friend? Hasn't it just?
Really cheered me up today. So I want to thank you guys in the chat, but also you on the panel, all yous on the panel. You have really cheered me up today. Just coming on. So thank you. I appreciate it.
We're a little family now, mate.
That's it. That little shot there, though, always gets to me with the dinosaur. It just looks
I love how much Tom just throws himself
into it, though, yeah. But that's what made it believable, isn't it?
Yeah.
The fact that anybody that worked on this show, they really threw themselves into it.
Yeah.
And especially Tom, you could tell. I think when I think of physical doctors, I think of him probably most. He was such a part of his doctor, the physical movements.
Yeah, it's become a bit of a tagline on this channel. Go, hasn't it? I think we'll have to come up with some sort of meme for that because it really has caught on.
Yeah.
And I just did it, like on the fly one day.
I know. And then it stuck. Stuck. That's it, because we used to go around and let different people do the countdowns because and people really do genuinely get annoyed if you don't do them. I've had PR look at Charlotte's countdown. Like seriously, but I love things like that. The fact that little things like that as well, like you know what I mean. Associate that with you now, Charlotte. You know that people expect it now most of the time.
It's funny because like sometimes if I can't make it or like I watch the stream afterwards, I see it in the chat a bit. Like even if somebody else is doing the countdown.
It's not the same. I'll even say it. Nah, I know, Charlotte. Nah. Yeah, it's become very popular.
Maybe do a Dalek version of the countdown with go in it.
Oh, that'd be weird. I can't do Dalek voice though.
Yeah, I've got ring modulator sitting on this, so.
Well, I can do it. I've got a kind of software that can do it.
Oh, awesome! I think I got a Cylon one somewhere, but I've never used it.
The Tin King says, he goes, "Hi guys, just wanted to pop in and say hi to Noel and the Zoners. Hope you're all having a great stream, everyone. We're certainly having a laugh this week.
We're having fun.
And the story is a good story as well, so that helps." And Daniel says, "Congratulations, Chief, on 1,000." He says, "Congratulations on 1,000 videos, Chief. Well deserved." The Chief, he said that to me the other night, and I was like, "Chief." Well, thank you. I really do appreciate it, Daniel.
Sometimes I call you boss.
Yeah. Listen, as I said, I talked to you on behind the scenes, and I said it to you, Daniel. You've been with me from day one. You're just as much as a big part of this channel than anyone else, really. To be quite honest with you, you've been here with me from day one. Me, you, and Matthew. There's a little core group that have been here from day one. So, listen, as I said, it's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you all, and the pleasure has been all mine. You are brilliant, every single one of you, and even the past guests. I've said it before. Even the ones that are not with us anymore. Everybody's played their part in getting me to 1,000 videos. So I recognise that, and I'll thank every single one of you, even the ones that don't talk to me now. Thank you for contributing in the past. I really do appreciate it. And here's, as I said, to another 1,000 videos, hopefully. If you don't get fed up with me, there is. Charlotte is the countdown queen. I know Charlotte is more than the countdown queen. Charlotte is the queen. Yeah? Disaster area. You got that wrong. Charlotte is the queen. Just ask Daniel.
He gave me that name when we were doing our chats. That's where it's come from.
It. And that's another thing that's stuck.
That's because it is funny. Like if I'm in like Rabbi's chat or like other chats that people know me, they will say like Your Majesty.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, problem, Mom.
Daniel wants to know if your cat has invaded the stream yet. I don't think. No.
She did. The last streaming Daniel did, she fully took over for like 10 minutes, and she was like on my knee and wanting attention, and the chat quite liked her. So tonight, Daniel, she's not in the room with me. She'll probably do it on our stream on Sunday night. You wait.
Yeah. Farmer Miller's cat keeps invading at the moment as well.
Well, the thing is, during the day, she likes to kip in here. So whenever I come up here, she's like, "You've disturbed my space. How dare you?" So she wants to sit on my knee.
Yeah.
I do believe you. I just love the way the nobility over there speak. It's like they're really, man. I don't know how anybody can hang shit like that up on the wall. That to me is just like
hanging dead bodies on the wall, isn't it?
I don't get it. Especially when it's like a proper big one, like an adult, like a male one with the massive antlers. I'm just like, why?
Yeah. It's like when you just hang body parts around your house. It's like,
bit macabre.
Yeah, that's a bit macabre.
Digby, thank you, Noel. Thank you, panel. You help us here to get through a difficult time for a lot of fans. Listen, I'm just glad that we're still around and we're still putting smiles on people's faces. The day that I become a nuisance will be the day that I'll decide to pack it all in. But if everybody's still enjoying it, then, that's great.
Yeah.
So I didn't think I'd get this far anyway, but there you go. It's been quite humbling.
And Digby, I'm a YouTube monarch. How about that?
Yeah. Oh. No, you weren't. You met Yetis and Daleks and stuff before you joined Unit.
Yeah, but Unit's a bit fuzzy, isn't it? It comes to Brig and what he hasn't met and what he has met.
Yeah. He was like a lieutenant colonel. He wasn't with Unit until the invasion, wasn't he? They did the Yetis before.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Like the second era, like Charlton's era, they were still settling with so much stuff that they didn't really know their own law yet. It was just sort of still trying to put the show together almost.
Yeah. Unit didn't become a thing until Pertwee's era, did it? It was just kind of a bit in the background.
Yeah, so it's like the whole Unit thing. That it's just sort of a fun little thing now, isn't it? In the fandom, where it's like, it has a complicated history.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm falling down.
Oh, the eyes are gone. Eyes knows you.
The eyes have it.
Right, well, while we're watching, we might as well Tom Baker, so Peter Davison next week. So We might as well. I'll have a look now. Let's see.
Yeah. One of the reasons I didn't get the unit figures from when our character option released them is because half of them had guns and they were like M16s, not
And is
SLRs.
that not right?
No, it's supposed to be the SLRs. These are SLRs I got now.
Frontios is the one that we haven't done. Frontios.
Frontios, there's one. That's some of the slug creature, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the Tractators.
Yeah, Tractators, yeah.
Is that how many parts is that then?
I think it's a 4-parter.
I think we've done it.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4-parter.
Yeah, I think we've done it. I'm pretty sure we done that story.
It's not rather a good one, I don't think.
Bit mediocre, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try pick one that'll. You know,
Did we do the Awakening?
So we can't do Caves again because that'll be just.
Yeah. And we've done Planet of Fire.
Yeah.
We have.
And we've done Resurrection of the Daleks.
We've
done the Warriors of the Deep.
Yeah, we've done that as well. See, this is what I mean. I think when
have we done Black Orchid?
That's so
no,
weird,
I don't. I think we did. We may have done it in the early days, but we haven't done it in so long that I can't remember. So
yeah,
many parts.
That's not bad, and from people who talk about David.
Well, we haven't done Time Flight. Well, that's one of the worst ones, but
Namu. I keep cancelling
it. And you have to bring it up again because do you remember someone on the panel? We won't mention who kept bringing it up. We have to do Time Flight, and then you just have to bring it back up again.
Namu.
Oh,
that was awful. Poor old Nancy Haley had to go in that costume. I mean.
I mean, it was absolutely terrible, that story.
Yeah.
I mean, it started off okay, but it's just the effects and
random, so random.
And it's one of Peter Davison's most hated stories because it was. He said it was just that, like, they were just shooting against black drapes at that point. They had absolutely no money. And he said, in I think it was one of the videos, the Doctors, more than 30 years of time travel and beyond, that it was utter crap. And he said that, and he was walking along with Mark Strickson, and he said that was the episode that he really, really detested.
Did we do the King's Demons?
I don't think we've done that one.
Yeah, I think we've done that one.
Chameleon's first episode.
Yeah.
No, I don't think we did. I don't remember doing that.
That's a short one.
Do you want to do that one?
I don't remember doing that story. I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure we haven't done that story. The TARDIS interrupts a jousting match in the third. No, I don't remember that. No, right, that's the story we're doing because I don't remember doing that. So I don't know if it's a good. I forget if it's a good one. But even if it isn't, you know, we'll give it a go because we haven't done it.
That's Chameleon's first story.
Right.
It's just a 2-parter.
Is it?
Yeah, it says it's just episode 1 and 2 here. It said episode 20.
Yeah, because they're what? Because they're 45 minutes long, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
First one tried the 45-minute format, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the 45-minute format. So yeah, so that's still an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was compressed for the Olympics or something, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah. So the King's Demons it is next week. There you go.
And I now have more time.
I think it's quite a good one, the King's Demons.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Right. So now that I'll remember myself now, So we have a sussed. Grand. Jesus Christ, man.
What is it with your co-host? You always make
me laugh. Charlotte again today. Was it Charlotte? What's the classic story we're doing again? Because John is just as bad as me, because I went to John last week, right, to ask him what the classic story was, and he gave me a completely different one, right? And I said, I don't think it's that one, John, even though I don't know, I don't think it's that one. I went to Charlotte, she gave us a completely different one. I was like, that's the one then, that has to be the story. Charlotte remembers all the time, but I've got a bad memory, I tell you. It's funny.
It's just because we're not doing it in order, you know, and you're just going right through them and that, and you're...
Yeah.
Maybe sometime in the future, we might just pick a doctor and do each story as they come, if you get me, you know? Just concentrate on one doctor.
Like, concentrate on one doctor and all of his stories.
Yeah, and all of his stories one by one. I was thinking of starting off with, if we were going to do something like that, start off with the Pertwee era, because obviously
that's a good era to start with, actually. Yeah,
you start off with the Pertwee era and work our way up. Then
that's what Rabbi always recommends.
Eventually, because we're still doing these. I mean, we're nearly finished now. We've got a couple of more Peter Davison. I think we've already done most of Sylvester McCoy.
And we're getting through trial right now. I think we're
getting through trial right now. Yeah. We'll have to finish that as well, but we'll finish that, and then that's him done. We've done the Paul McGann movie, so yeah, we will have to do, you know, something else.
Paul McGann should have got a series in a Time War.
Yeah,
he's well, look, I mean,
it's too late now. We've
everything's too late. Look. I'm going to tell you right now, Doctor Who's future is hanging
by a thread. Yeah, I know.
Now,
I would have thought so.
Loki, whether people like it or not, though, they have made the comparisons to Doctor Who, and apparently Loki's been able to do what Doctor Who hasn't been able to do in the last few seasons. So
I watched the video.
So here's the thing. Even Loki is upstaging Doctor Who, and people are making comparisons. When a different show is compared to what the show that they're comparing it to used to do, you know you're in serious trouble. And that is the comparisons that are being made now.
Yeah, it's trope, isn't it? Yeah.
Chris Chibnall, unfortunately, you know, this is what he's done. And it is sad. But look, I'm telling you now, I could tell you now from talking to people, Doctor Who's whole future is hanging by a thread right now. A lot, believe it or not, still rides on Series 13.
I've been thinking this for a while.
But why they're relying on Series 13 when he hasn't been able to produce in Series 11 and 12 is utterly shocking to me. He's never going to get it right, BBC.
No.
Do you know why I think they're doing that? I think he's basically said to them, I'm going to give you the answers to all my arcs in Series 13.
Yeah.
So they're thinking, all right, Chris, we'll see how you finish. Basically, he's done most of the race. He's now sprinting to the finish. And they're seeing how he's going to finish. And it's... Because I think
my fear is what he'll do in desperation to try crawl it back, to try get it back. That's.
Well, we know what he's doing. He's going back to everything that went before him, whether it's characters, aliens, creatures.
Yeah.
But like you said, even if he has some good episodes mixed in that series, he's going to have to answer to the Timeless Child, and that's just going to fall flat on its face, whatever he does.
Daniel's left a message in there for you.
Yes. I know Sudoku gave me that little name, so now Daniel's running with it, and he knows I'm going to kill him later.
Sorry, Daniel.
I just love what he said about time flight.
But yeah, it's Oh, well, I have some news for you though. So Ian, our Time Lord, has gotten in touch with me, and we're going to be doing something on the channel because he has a bit of an exclusive. Now,
that'd be nice.
Now, if some of you are on Twitter, you will already know what it is. Now, I'm not going to spoil it. And by the way, if I could ask people in the chat,
I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying a
please
word.
don't say anything, because I want to do that stream. Bring him on, and he'll show you firsthand. He's going to show you firsthand an exclusive range, classic Doctor Who range from B&M.
Yeah, Dan, I think that's a good idea.
And he's been given permission to talk about it and to give an exclusive, and he has decided that he'd like to come on and do it on the channel. So
it'd be nice to see Ian. We've not seen him in a while.
We haven't seen Ian in a long time as well, so it'd be nice to have him. So I'll arrange it tonight. We just have to arrange the final details, but I'll arrange it tonight, and then I'll let you know when it's going to happen.
I'd rather Ian do it than I do it. I'll tell you that. I'd be like to the company, isn't that the wrong shade of brown you used there?
Come on, they're not back with Daypole, but Daypole were good for the time.
Listen, if the leak is true and that is the actual set, I'm going to tell you right now, right, and I'll give you this little thing. Fans are going to absolutely lose their shit, and I don't mean in a bad way. I mean in an absolutely good way. Fans have been waiting a long time for something like this, and you will understand when it's announced what I'm actually talking about.
Well, it feels like the BBC's almost on a bit of a, I don't know what.
Civil war. Yeah. I've been told tonight, by the way, I forgot to tell you, they've thrown in the towel. They've given up on this era. They've just given up now. They know it's not going to make money. They've thrown in the towel.
Yeah, we've been seeing signs of that for the last year.
So basically, what I mean by throwing in the towel is that they've accepted that New Who merch is not selling.
They did what Star Trek did, yeah.
You're going to see over the next couple of months, especially. This is why the annual did what it did. You're going to see over the next few months, especially, that there's going to be more of a concentration on popular Doctors, and when it comes to merchandise as well, aimed heavily towards classic Doctor Who. Now, we've already kind of seen that over the last year.
On the horizon.
The fact that they're actually going to be openly admitting it, which they did with the annual. When they did that with the annual, that was openly admitting that it's not selling. So, Lee Halford, I do like that comment, but I can't read it out because I'll get into trouble. Sorry, Noel. Sorry, panel. Have to dash. But just wanted to say a big thank you again. No, Digby, people like yourself, thank you for being part of this community and coming in and supporting us. We appreciate it, because we know without you guys, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. So thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and we do miss nights when the chat isn't that lively. It does make a massive difference.
That's it. It's not. I mean, the movie streams are slowly getting there, but it has been a slow process with the movie streams because, there's a lot of movies. I'm trying to pick movies, obviously, that everybody can get their hands on, but it's slow. But I think last night, or the last movie stream that we had, did very well. There was a lot more people in the chat as well. So these things, the movie streams do take time, because some people are starting to question why I'm doing the movie streams. Some people are not afraid to give me their opinion. But you were highly successful at one stage, and I'm not going to say anymore because I'm not here about anybody. PD Rich and all knows what I'm talking about.
It's been a great match. Yeah.
So look, it'll get back to the way it was. Yeah, you know me. I've been this channel. We've had our ups and downs in this community as well. We're all going to have ups and downs, yeah? And I've had plenty of downs. But it's the ups that really keep us all going. And, look, the movie stream is starting to gain traction again, and it will. And I hope you can join us because and if you haven't voted, actually, that's a nice little segue, actually. The poll is in the community section of YouTube channel, on the YouTube channel. Go and check it out. There's 4 movies for you to pick. Right? Go and vote. Even if you're not going to watch, but there is a movie that you like out of the 4, please vote for it anyway. There's over 50 votes so far. I think The Thing is winning. John Carpenter's The Thing. So there's The Fog. There's The Thing. What else was there? There was Aliens. Yeah. The sequel to Alien, and the other one was The
Fog.
No, I mentioned The Fog.
It's the 35th anniversary.
Event Horizon and the Poseidon Adventure.
Event Horizon, that's the one, and Event Horizon. So there you go. Chris has actually put it in the chat there. So if you haven't voted at all, please do. Even if you're not going to watch, we just appreciate the vote anyway. So vote for your favorite. But as I says, they are starting to gain traction now. Look at these things. This is the thing. When you're on YouTube like this, you're going to try a lot of ideas. Some will click with people, and some will fail.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then there are other times that ones will work, but you just have to bide your time. And that's what I'm doing with the movie stream, biding my time. So look at when we first did the classic, we had 2 people watching us.
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah.
So
I was quite surprised with the Titanic ones as well.
Yeah. That I know. Me and Super Doctor did Titanic ones, and they did very well. So there is. Look, again, we do whatever, and I am open to suggestions as well. If there's anything that you would like me to review, but not necessarily do a watch along, if there's a show that you would like me to check out, let me know, and I'll do reviews as well. Remember, we're open to suggestions as well. Always. Right, Charlotte. I think I have given everybody a bit of a breather there unintentionally, but if you would like to, hold on, just let us, because I spoke too much, I have to reload it because I'm a moron. Yeah, I'm a bit brain dead lately. I think it's all this wokeness. It's done me brain mushy. It's done me brain mushy. I swear. It's like I could feel myself actually getting dumb watching stuff. That's why I say, how can you watch that, man? I'm watching a couple of seconds of it there, and I could feel the dumbness hitting me.
Yeah.
But go ahead. If Love Island, you've got a cup of tea, fair play to you, but it's not mine. Go ahead.
So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So go. Are you supposed to be Russian, German?
I don't know. It just is a weird voice I do.
Vincent van Gogh.
We've had this discussion. It's like it's not.
I know. I just wanted to ask you because it is still very fascinating. I'm wondering what she does. She's trying to do a German. Either way,
it's just me doing a weird voice.
You have 70 votes so far, and The Thing is in the lead with 32 votes. Wow, Chris. See, Chris is very good at that. Chris can look at a poll and actually he's able to figure out who actually voted and how many votes voted for each one. So that's good. We've lost Queen Charlotte on camera. I hope you're all right.
I was getting a drink, sorry. It's above me. Because I got it right now.
Bigger sets. Will they continue if the show gets axed? Yeah, because you'll still have Big Finish going.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, it'll be like the way it was before Doctor Who came back in 2005, mate. They were still doing sets. They were still doing Big Finish stuff. So you're not going to necessarily see it disappear. But
you want the Blu-rays. They make so much money off those classic Blu-rays. They're not going anywhere.
Why do you think they're doing that? They're animating that one episode just so they can get, because they know they're going to make a shit ton of money. Look at whether the new fans like it or not, Classic Who is going to save Doctor Who again financially.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say. That if enough fans haven't turned their back on it, there is, because the way BBC and the rest have treated them, I don't blame them for.
It's the same with Star Trek. It's exactly the same with Star Trek. The Classic is keeping it going.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's sort of the saving grace of Who right now. That the show is a big part of it, but there's so many things surrounding it. Like you said, you've got Big Finish, but I know some of their stuff is a bit dodgy. But I do think they're trying. I think they got hit the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And I get the impression Big Finish are trying now to slimline a bit, to try and get a bit better, so that they'll keep going. Like I said, those Blu-rays, the amount of work that go into those with all the extras and the behind the scenes and the documentaries, they're not going anywhere. You still will have fan stuff. You'll have fan productions. I know BBC recently have been a bit harsh, but people will find a way around that. So the show's not going to go away.
Lee says the show's not going anywhere, Lee Halford. In fairness, nobody can actually say either way.
Yeah, we don't know, Lee.
Including myself, I have been told, Eddie's been told, others are being told something different. We're told that there are no plans beyond Series 13 and the specials, right? So the show is up in the air. Now, if you're talking about the deals with China and HBO, and that's why people think that the show has to continue, not necessarily, actually.
If you look at the fine print, it's not a guarantee.
I'm not mentioning those rumours.
So people out there are using that as the excuse to say, "Oh, Doctor Who is safe." It's not safe. It's not safe. It actually is not safe. People need to get that into their heads. It's not. There are no plans beyond Series 13 yet until we find out. I think the BBC are biding their time. They want to see how Series 13 performs before they make any more decisions on Doctor Who. Now, there's been recent rumours of someone else being cast as the Doctor. You're going to get a lot of this. But BBC, again, have BBC come out and said anything? No, they had an opportunity to do so as well only recently, and they still kept their mouth shut. BBC are unsure right now. So I don't know who's saying the show's not going anywhere, but to be quite honest with you, nobody knows, and I think it's disingenuous to actually say that it's staying when you don't know 100% unless you're actually in the room or on the board at the BBC and you actually know. And that's what I've always said. People can speculate or put information out there and say something different. That's fair enough. They're entitled to do that. And if that's the information they're getting, that's fine. But that doesn't mean that it's fact. BBC haven't announced anything. Even the rumours I put out still haven't been verified. Some have, because we've seen, obviously, photographs and pictures and stuff like that. But the main important stuff that I've put out there, none of it has been verified, like Jodie Whittaker leaving, or Chris Chibnall gone, or any of the other stuff that we've put out there, because BBC haven't verified it. So until they do, it's still all rumour and speculation, and people shouldn't be taking what people say as fact anyway. This is what's gone on in the rumour and the speculation circuit now, especially YouTubers that do it. A lot of the people that follow them are taking their information as fact. Never take what we say as fact. We always say it's rumour and speculation until it's verified.
Yeah, the BBC are a lot of trouble at the moment because Rees-Mogg was having a go at them and said, "You're not Caesar's wife."
I know. The BBC are in the attack left, right, and centre.
Yeah, the head of the Conservative, sorry, the guys, who's actually in charge of the Conservative Party is saying that. Not the Prime Minister, the guy above the Prime Minister is saying that they're in trouble.
Look, at the bottom line is this: BBC is at a very, very, very
delicate position.
Yeah, it's a delicate position right now.
I'd say.
Because a lot of they're being attacked from left, right, and centre now because of their policies anyway, right? And now some of their major shows are underperforming. BBC are also being accused of bully tactics when it comes to the TV license and trying to get money out of people, like basically extorting people. So, you know, everything is under. Yeah, you're right. Everything is under threat. So to say that Doctor Who is safe, it's not. Doctor Who is one of the things that has the most expenditure for BBC. It's a lot of millions goes into that show, believe it or not. So, and it's not making money now. So everything right now, as we said, when Tim Davey went in, he was going to do a review. That review has been still ongoing. He is trying to identify which shows and which TV shows are sustainable and not sustainable. Now, can you say that Doctor Who the last 3 years has been sustainable?
Not at all.
No, it hasn't.
No, not at all.
So, we don't know what's going to happen after Series 13 and those 2 specials. Now, people are suggesting that the specials won't be shown till later that year, that they'll drag it out. The 4th special more than likely is going to be on New Year's Day.
Yeah, that's definitely New Year's.
Right? And the next one will probably, if I'm guessing, like I did with Eddie on the stream that we did, I guessed, well, the next holiday is Easter. So maybe they'll show it on Easter.
And also, Tennant went out at Easter, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Seasonal.
And they love to copy Tennant right now, so.
When do you think we will find out the fate of the show? We have to let the fans know. Yeah, well, when the review is done.
If I was to guesstimate it, the fact that we're having a series and specials gives them a window.
Yes.
So I think they'll look at the series, those 6, possible 6, that what we're hearing. They'll look at after those. They'll have an inbuilt window, and then they'll see whether they want to carry on.
If you're asking me what I think will happen, I'll tell you what I think will happen. If Series 13 manages to regain a few viewers, not many, but start going up on a steady trajectory, right? Then I think BBC might look at it and say, yeah, there is something here to save. But if it continues in the downward spiral that it's continued to go down in, even with Captain Jack's appearances, yeah, it'll get a bump in ratings. But overall, people know that the real test will be when Series 13 comes back, right? And if that continues to plummet in the ratings, then I'm being honest, I wouldn't be coming out and saying that Doctor Who Series 14 and 15 is going to happen, because I think that would be very disingenuous to say, because look, there's no way you can continue a show if it continues to lose ratings. It doesn't make sense, especially with the money that they're using and wasting on it.
And also the thing that I think we all sort of forget a bit as fans is they can only carry on as well if there's another production team willing to take this show on.
Yeah.
I don't know how
can't find anybody.
I don't know how Lee is so adamant. He says the show is safe. Sorry to disappoint. I don't know how you can genuinely say that. To be quite honest,
Lee, the China thing, a few YouTubers have looked into it. It's just they have first pick. I can't remember the exact wording of
first
it.
Dibs, yeah.
First, yeah, they can
if they buy the show or not, buy the season or not.
If they want it, they have first except first dibs. There's a term, but basically, then they're not 100% saying yes, we will pay for it. They are saying if we want to we get first. We can buy it first.
Right now they won't buy Doctor Who, and it's not because of the quality. It's because there's a censorship thing in China. Yeah. Now people there's a misconception that it's a time travel ban. No, it's not. What it is that if you do historical characters, if you go back through time and do historical characters, if they're not accurately right according to the Chinese government, they won't show that story. So that's the reason why Doctor Who hasn't been shown in China yet, because they do a lot of historical stories, especially Chris Chibnall. And right now, well, they're saying they're not historically accurate. So that's why Doctor Who hasn't aired in China. But nobody could say the show is safe.
And the HBO as well, if you look at the actual fine print, it's not a guarantee they'll pay for series 14 and 15.
No, it depends on the performance of. It's always the performance.
And they're now under Discovery, and I don't think Discovery will carry it on in a year's time.
It does have, like, the best way to phrase it, Lee, is it does have things that could pick it up and save it, but they're not guarantees.
Yeah.
And like with the license, with the amount of money the BBC's losing right now with license fee, just people saying I'm not going to pay anymore.
Listen, I hope you're right, Lee. I hope you're right, and the show is safe. But the thing about it is, you're saying that RTD recently stated making Doctor Who was cheap. No, it's not. Chris Chibnall, we were all actually told by Piers Wenger himself that the budget for Doctor Who had increased because we throwed everything at Series 11. They brought in new cinematic cameras and all of this.
Locations as well.
The amount of money that they actually spent. So, look, I hope you're right. I really do. I don't want Doctor Who to go away. But if it continues down the trajectory, I'm sorry. No matter how many people out there are saying that it's safe and it's not going anywhere, that can change. And that's the thing. People forget that things can change in this industry like that. Yeah. Like that. It's as quick as that.
It's like Screwdriver.
Oh, I do like Tom's design of his Sonic.
Oh, the old Sonic screwdrivers are deadly. I like them. Well, they're all going to pretend now to be.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough. You can agree with RTD all you want. RTD doesn't know what he's talking about because he doesn't work on the show anymore.
Yeah,
RTD hasn't worked on the show in how many years now? Sure, when he worked on it, he had to work on a cheap budget because BBC didn't have faith in the show at first, right? And then he hit the ground running. Then they start giving him a little bit of money. But compared to Stephen Moffat and Chris Chibnall, he had a minuscule budget. But those budgets have increased since those other two showrunners can come in. So so RTD, in all fairness, and especially the way he's been talking, he hasn't got a clue. He hasn't got a clue. It's a completely different animal now.
Moffat famously in interviews would say he never had enough money. So
Chibnall's never said that because he's been
Chibnall's getting money.
They even said it in all the articles and all that we covered at the time. They threw massive amount of money at this. Massive amount. Because by doing that, improving the CGI, improving the cameras and all was going to help in boosting the ratings. But they never figured that a female doctor was not the choice of fans and that fans would not accept that. And that's where they fucked up. But they had to stick with it. That's the thing. They couldn't just then turn around and give in and say, we got it wrong, because that wouldn't have looked good. No business ever admits when they're wrong. It's only when they're forced to admit that they're wrong that they'll come out and apologize.
Which is basically what's happening right now.
Exactly.
It's taken them how long?
Yeah.
And trust me, I've been on this subject. And I know we have differences of opinion on it, and I do respect yours, but I have to respectfully disagree because I've been listening to the stories, I've been listening to, getting the rumors and talking about different merch with people that are actually involved in it, that actually, are showcasing merch and do talk about and getting merch off these companies. And they're being told all sorts. So, people can't be all just, I refuse to believe that people are lying and over-exaggerating Doctor Who's demise. It is that bad.
Yeah, it doesn't sound
and
good.
It's sad because I never wanted to see the show like this. People
I don't want to see it gone, but,
and say that, that I love the fact that it's bad because I can shit on it all the time. No, I want Doctor Who to be the way it was when it came back in 2005. embraced everybody, and everybody could watch Doctor Who. Everybody could become a fan, and yeah, that's all I want.
Yeah, we all want it to go back to when, if it was to show on the weekend, it wouldn't be a question whether we'd watch it. We'd watch it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now,
saying we're not going to watch because, you know, we were watching even on that Moffat.
Well, I say, how long going to watch it sober anymore?
The reason why we watched it was because we knew what in one of the weeks we get a deadly story, and he always delivered.
Yeah, whereas now you literally have to like say to yourself, "Do I really want to watch it? Or can I sort of get through all the bad bits?"
As I say, I can't watch it sober now.
Oh, we know you're not arguing, Lee. We're having a little debate. That's all.
Yeah, that's all it is. Don't think that I'm
just polite discourse, mate. Just polite discourse.
This is what we do. We debate, and you know what? You've defended your point of view very well. So while I mightn't agree with it, as I said, I respectfully disagree, but you are entitled to that opinion. It's just a nice, healthy debate. And this is what I want the panels to be on Friday. So, Lee, if you're ever interested actually coming on, you know, one of these panels where we're discussing stuff like that, because, you know, as I said, I want people with different opinions. I don't want echo chambers. I want people to be able to have a debate. You know, I think it's good to have nice, healthy debates. I know. Look, there's no argument, but we'll see. I agree with you with EastEnders, though. So I'll agree with you on that one. I think that is a waste of money. EastEnders is a waste of money.
I mean, EastEnders used to be good at the start when it was on the screens in 1984.
I know.
Yeah.
I used to watch it.
I never got into it.
What, Charlotte?
So I never got into EastEnders, so I can't like talk about the glory days.
All right.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean, I was only about.
You're a Coronation Street fan.
For a bit, yeah, the family watched Corrie, but now we don't watch any soaps. We used to watch Corrie though.
Oh,
I think I was about 5 or 6 years old when EastEnders came on, and I caught the first episode of it. And as a child, I was hooked by it because there was interesting characters. But I mean, I watched it when in my childhood, EastEnders, but it's just going downhill.
Yeah.
Actually, if you have BritBox, you'll be able to watch some of the most iconic EastEnders episodes.
But they put some of the old ones on iPlayer as well.
Yeah, which makes no sense. It's like as if they're deliberately hampering BritBox. Do you know what should happen? They should have what should happen is they should move all the box sets to BritBox, right? And just use iPlayer as a catch-up service, right? And then when the full series is over, you put it on BritBox instead of leaving it on second iPlayer or making up your mind, well, we'll put this one on iPlayer, but we'll put this one on BritBox. Makes no sense whatsoever. Just put them all on BritBox so everybody has one place to go around the world to fucking find whatever they want. I watched Only Fools and Horses on it. All the Only Fools and Horses. It was great. All in one spot. I was gonna watch One Foot in the Grave, but then all of a sudden I couldn't use BritBox. It wasn't letting me use it anymore. And Lee had very kindly.
I know they got massive trouble, Lee, for rebuilding the EastEnders set. Massive trouble.
Wasn't it a ridiculous amount of money? Like literally,
it's got about 80 million now. It's like 40 million now. It's got up to 80. It's doubled. They wanted to move it near Birmingham in the end. It's like, oh, we rebuilt all this set, but now we want to move it to Birmingham. It's like, what?
Well, that's always been the issue with the BBC. Just when it comes to money and what they spend it on, they just don't seem to have any sense, do they?
Yeah, you want to listen to Alex Belfield about that one. He'll tell you what they're spending it on.
Oh, I watch his vids. I know he's like, they must hate him with a passion.
Yeah. By the way, another thing I will mention as well is, BritBox and the iPlayer they kind of need to get away from their kind of, what would I call it, their bigotry or whatever you want to call towards Irish people, right? You have competitions, we're not allowed to enter them. We can't use BritBox because we're Irish, but you can get it up in Northern Ireland. It's absolutely ridiculous. These things like BritBox, Irish people, seriously, I know Brits give out about BritBox, but if Irish people had a place that with all the top British shows in one place, ITV and fucking BBC, they'd use it. Right, that's the one thing I cannot use now. BritBox in Ireland unless I use a private VPN, and that shouldn't be the case. BBC and ITV should open up for everybody. For everybody, it was someone actually said at the time when they were announcing this BritBox, we don't know how this is going to actually become successful because it's only going to be exclusive to certain people around the world, and you know, some of the content is already on other, like the BBC iPlayer and the ITV player, which, as I said, makes no sense whatsoever. There you go. They shoot themselves in the foot.
Well, I think the problem is, if they would have kept it as like a vintage, almost all the classics on BritBox and all the modern stuff you could get on iPlayer, but they've mixed it.
Now, there's the Brigadier back in his kilt again. And Sarah Jane in that ridiculous green fucking...
It's quite, like, tame for her, that outfit, isn't it? She usually has something a bit more bright.
And look, your man's jacket is like the jacket that Troughton wore.
Oh, it is a bit, isn't it? The fur one he wore now sometimes.
This is how they all get separated, isn't it?
Yeah, well, EastEnders didn't always get less views than Doctor Who, though. That's only been a recent thing as well. So I think fans need to stop comparing that as well. That's completely different. EastEnders is actually, the reason why it's gone the way it's gone is I've watched an episode. It's fucking terrible. East Londoners don't talk woke. Okay?
No.
That's what they've done. They've inserted woke language that they use into the actual script. It's ridiculous. We thought Doctor Who was bad. On EastEnders, it's in your face.
Sure.
So that's only a new phenomenon with EastEnders. It's been, mine was considered low for now, but this is the thing, right? EastEnders has gone that way, not back yet, right? So Series 13 is not back yet. So when Series 13 comes back, right, it's already on 4 million, right? If that dips another 2 million viewers during Series 13, which it more likely is going to, right? It's done. I don't know how people can think that. No, I don't see it, mate. I hope you're wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the new showrunner comes in and might give fans hope. But we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be Series 13. Look at what I will say to you is I'll be here reviewing Series 13. It's going to be a very interesting watch. Fascinating to see how the rate. I'm going to be covering it all, from the ratings to because the ratings come out on the Monday. So the episode will drop, and then the ratings will come out on the Monday.
And then you've got the weekly.
We've got the weekly ones then that come out on the Friday before the Sunday if the next episode comes out. So we'll have that to talk about as well. The fallout of every episode, obviously, because we go live right after. We get a raw, obviously, reaction off everybody. Then after a couple of days, then we'll still continue to talk about it during the week, and then maybe if there's some things that we missed in the original review, we'll talk about. But I tell you, there'll be loads to cover. The Series 13 on this channel is going to be the most scrutinized series that we've done. Series 12 was pretty much scrutinized as well, but this is going to be even more.
It's going to be under a microscope.
We're going to have analysis and all from other people, other YouTubers that I'll be bringing on as well. I have loads of plans for Series 13, so stay tuned because I tell you, it's going to be worth watching. And if it's good, I'll say it's good. And even if everybody goes against me, I'll come out and say it's good. I'm not going to just. I'm going to be honest here now. I'm not going to just slate Series 13, right, just for the sake of it, right? I will judge this on its own merits, like I've done with every other season. That's what you have to do with the Chibnall era, though. You kind of have to separate and just try think of it. Well, Series 11 was different. Series 12 was something that we were used. So Series 13 is going to be a different animal altogether as well. So that's what I'm going to do. But we'll have, there'll be thousands of opinions on this channel over that run. And then by the end of it, then when the dust settles and when the final ratings come in, then we'll know where we stand. And if Doctor Who does get a Series 14, it'll be announced like everything else. Right. Let's get into the old ratings of this episode. Or this story, I should say. Terror of the Zygons. So we will start with the Queen first, because we don't want our battery to go, and also we let her get our review in. And while I'm doing that, while Charlotte is doing that, folks, do me a favor, put your ratings up, and I'll throw them up on the screen. So go ahead, Quinn.
Yeah, no, I quite like this one. I think this is Tom dipping back into a bit of horror again, bit into like suspense. I think those are the best type of stories with Tom's Doctor. See, I quite like Harry. I don't get the sort of hate for Harry. I think he's a nice. I think he's a nice difference from Sarah, because Sarah's very much the sort of gung-ho journalist asking questions type, whereas Harry's a bit more practical, and I think that works as a nice dynamic with the zaniness and the sort of weird, like sort of off the wallness of Baker. So I like this setup. I said I like the Zygons that they're sort of teased a bit. You don't see them straight away, and that it's sort of I think what I like about the Zygons as a concept is it's obviously riffing on stuff we know in sci-fi, like body snatchers and like cloning and all that sort of generic stuff. But it very much feels like it's new almost with these creatures. It feels very unique to them. So I've always liked that about the Zygons, that they could be generic, I think, if done in another show, but Who's always done a good job at making them not so generic. And I think this is the right length again, a 4-parter. It doesn't drag, the pace keeps it up. There's a good amount of action. So I'd say an 8. So
you're going to give it an 8?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. And listen, before you do go as well, I'll give you the opportunity to do what you do and give the channel a shout out. Go ahead.
Yep. So on Sunday, we come in, me and Daniel, because of some football plans he had. So we're doing our next Line of Duty. I think it's episode 3. And then also some point in the future, I will be talking Witcher on Dan's channel, actually. Behind the scenes, we were both geeking out about the trailer.
Yeah, because you are a huge fan. Yeah.
Yeah, so at some point, he said he might do a stream, and if he does, he's invited me on. So at some point, I should hopefully be doing the Witcher thing on Dan's channel.
Fantastic. And listen, no better woman to do it either. And I'm really delighted that yourself and Daniel are out there spreading our wings and doing some great stuff. And I'll tell you, you'll be a great addition to Dan's channel, I have to say. I've been on the Facebook. Dan's one of the best hosts out there. He won't mind me saying that. Brilliant. I think when we did quiz, that showed you how much of a good host that guy is. And he does a lot of great stuff.
Absolutely natural.
He is a natural. He is. He puts us all to shame. Puts us all to shame. I just choose not to be as professional, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, you do great work. And listen, I did see the post and commented on it yesterday, but I want to say to Dan as well, thank you. His support, along with yours, Charlotte, and Daniel, and PD, Super John, Alpha, Lee, everybody that's ever been on this channel. I want to thank you all for being part of it.
No problem.
No worries, buddy. No worries.
Listen, it's been an honor streaming, which is all. Even those people that I don't talk to anymore, I'm genuine here when I say it's been an absolute honor streaming, which is all. It's been a wonderful experience, and I hope it does continue, as I say. But Charlotte, thank you again. And listen, you and Daniel keep knocking it out with the park with those Line of Duty streams. And of course, I know you have lots of plans on Daniel's channel. And I just want to wish the both of you the best of luck, because you deserve it. And we'll be here as ever, supporting you as ever. So keep knocking it out of the park. You should be proud of yourselves.
Thank you, and thank you for being the place I really started doing all this YouTube malarkey. So thank you.
No problem. Listen, it's always great to meet new people, and I say this every time, but I actually really mean it. I have met some wonderful people on here. Yourself, Daniel, John, PD, Lee, everybody, even in the chat. I've met some lovely people. So, Doctor Who's brought us all together, and hopefully, it keeps us all together.
It will.
But Series 13's gone. I'm looking forward to it now. It's getting closer. I have to be honest, because that's when the fun begins for me. Because the fallout just be pretty spectacular every week. It gets worse every week, but I do love it. But I'll you could stay there, Charlotte, if you want, or if you want to head now.
I have 10%, so we'll see how long that lasts.
Right then, and Daniel knows exactly who the boss is, so that's it, Daniel. That's it. Let her be the boss. That's it. Trust me, I've learned the hard way. If you let them believe they're the boss, your life becomes so much easier. I'm only joking. No, listen to Charlotte, by the way. I will say that to you. I just sometimes should have, when I started out in the earlier days, I should have listened to Cheryl a lot more than I did. But I do now listen to her. I always take her advice on board, and you're right to listen to Charlotte. So whenever, you need a bit of advice and she gives it to you, you should stick with it, because it's 99.999999% of the time it's right. So always listen to the woman. They know what they're talking about. Right. We'll go with PD Rich next. Go ahead.
I'm going to give it a solid 9 because it's Tom Baker. I so miss Tom. I miss good old Doctor Who, and he's been brilliant. Tom used to be in it every week, which I never saw live because I wasn't even born yet, but I do miss the old days. I did enjoy that one. That was a Zygon. It was the first and only appearance of the Zygons in the original series.
Yeah, Daniel was saying he didn't like the Zygon design in New Who, because he was comparing the both. I have to be honest, Daniel, I agree with you. I do like the classic design myself, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just give my rating. Listen, I'm going to give it a 9. Tom Baker, the Zygons.
Tom, isn't it?
You've got Brigadier. The story moves along at a pace. You've got that cliffhanger at the end where you see the Zygon. I think the timing was perfect. Very interesting fact that they changed Harry's death scene in it because they didn't want any backlash. I thought that would have worked, to be quite honest, but I get what he did it for back in the day. That would have been a huge thing.
I think Barry Letts actually said that. He was reviewing it with Hinchcliffe. He turned around and said, we had to change that one because we didn't want that to be the cliffhanger.
So that was interesting to hear, but this is annoying. It's Tom Baker. It's one of these, it's a solid story, let's just say. Obviously there's better, but most of Tom Baker's, let's be honest, a lot of Tom Baker's stories, the ones where he did actually give a crap, they're all nearly they're all nearly 9s and 10s, aren't they? But the ones that he didn't really give a crap, they're still 7s and 8s. They still rank up there. Tom's era is, people say Tom's era is the definitive era of Doctor Who, golden age of Doctor Who. I'd agree, but I would put Pertwee in there myself personally, because I do think his era is actually very solid, and he is a favourite Doctor of mine. I have a soft spot for Pertwee. Pertwee, Baker, and Capaldi And as I said recently, Matt Smith is in there now. So they rotate who's number one. It depends on the mood. But I like Pertwee just as much. But I can't wait to what you call it, see what you call it, see what they do for the anniversary special, because one will happen. One will happen. And there is talks of a multi-doctor story. I don't think that's going to happen, and I know there's
already. I'd be surprised if that happens.
I know there's channels already speculating about that, but I don't think it will be a multi-doctor story. You know, there's been, I don't know. I just have a fear Tom Baker. I still have that fear that they'll pull Tom Baker out, not retirement as such, because he's never really retired. But they dragged Tom Baker out again. For the 50th, you could understand because he wanted to do it. Fans wanted it to happen. And let's be honest, when you sit down in the cinema, which I did, and that scene when Matt Smith says, Doctor says, "Oh, maybe I'll be the creator one day," and then Tom Baker's voice comes across the screen. You should have seen the cinema, right? I hate people screaming and cheering in cinema. I actually think it's dopey. I'm like, why the fuck he is doing that? Like, he's there to watch a movie. Shut the fuck up. You know, not those people that keep talking all the time when you're trying to watch a movie. Yeah. But in this case, I did not give a shit. I was actually jumping up and cheering as well. I tell you, it was most emotional moment of that.
That was the first time I'd properly seen Tom's Doctor.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't watched Classic at that point.
Wow, oh my god.
Brilliant
point. You know what? Actually, I envy you in a little in a way, because then you would have went back and watched Tom Baker, fell in love with Tom Baker, and then realised how significant that moment actually was.
Yeah, at the time, I could get it a bit just because of the fan reaction, but that was my first seeing Tom in the role, technically.
Lee, I would agree with you on that one, but I'd also have to say that William Hartnell was also the Doctor, because let's be honest, to him it was more than a job. He did really care about that role, and he did put a lot of himself in that and his own input into how maybe the Doctor should act in a particular scene, you know. So I would agree with you with the Tom Baker. Definitely was the Doctor and everybody. But no, I don't know now, because Matt Smith, again, I don't think he was acting. I'll defend him. I think Matt Smith's acting is mostly, you know, in the gestures that he does. You look at him, he's quite an emotional Doctor, believe it or not. And his facial expressions tell 1,000 stories. He doesn't really even need to move his lips, you know, when he's conveying an emotion.
Eyes.
Yeah.
It's in the eyes, that's it. Roy, who else? It's a real super Doctor next. That's who we've got next. Hold on. Before you do, PD, were you finished? Because I did cut across you there. Did you want to add anything else?
Yeah. Well, I was just going to plug Rabbi's channel. That's about it. There we go.
Oh no, you could have done that at the end when I felt.
We'll do it
just in case she died. I mean, our computer died.
Oh, that's right. Yes, sorry.
I'm losing.
I'm getting confused.
Getting confused. So you can do that again anyway afterwards. But subscribe to Rabbi's channel. Real Super Doctor, go ahead. Sorry.
I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's a good Tom Baker episode. It's quite interesting. You've got Zygons that are shapeshifters and that, and they can go in disguise and that. You've got Harry. He decides he wants to stay on Earth. You know, and Sarah and the Doctor go off in the adventures in the end. And I thought that was it was kind of touching, because it was really his kind of final episode, you know, but not quite his final episode because he appears in the Invasion of Dinosaurs. But you know, it's the kind of first kind of really full adventure with the Doctor. But I quite enjoyed the fact that the Zygons were menacingly creepy. You know, like it was that cliffhanger that the Zygon in the hospital and just touched Sarah Jane in the shoulders, and she turned around and gave a scream in that, and the closing screaming titles. I thought that was quite good. The spaceship exploding was quite good. The fact that the Brigadier was Scottish and it was this kind of Scottish theme that was running throughout, and the fact that the Scarson monster will go back to Loch Ness, where its home is. It's a good overall entertaining story, but despite the effects, well, the effects kind of let it down a wee bit. But the monster, you can see that they used stop motion animation for that scene. It's quite obvious that it's quite bad.
It's bad.
But even though that the special effects can be bad in Doctor Who, it doesn't make me hate the show because of the great actors and actresses that's in it.
And the writing.
It's the writing as well and the storytelling. I mean, it's second to none. It's one of the most best things on television back then in the 1970s. If you were a kid and you were hiding behind the sofa, and you know it would be. You wouldn't have seen all that kind of imagery in that, and it would look scary to a 3-year-old kid, a 4-year-old kid. Yeah, quite enjoyed it.
Fantastic, John. Fantastic. We have finally lost Charlotte. We kind of knew that would happen. That's why we got her to do the channel shout. But as always, thank you for coming on, Charlotte. Really do appreciate you coming on. And it does be actually very interesting, as we said, listening to your point of view, because some of these stories will be, may not be your first time, but certainly, it has been the case in some, but it does be interesting to hear your unique take on it. You know, and you always bring up things that make us think about it. You bring up stuff that we've never really realized, which just be great. So brilliant. I have a soft spot for horrors. A Fang Rock says first Tom DVD I owned. Lee did say Pyramids of Mars deserves another look. I do agree. I think we've already done it twice on the channel because it is one of those popular stories, but we will do it again at some stage. As I said, we'll continue. Look, I will continue this Classic Who Zone for as long as people want me to do it, and if people want me to repeat stories, I'll do it. But at some stage, we will have to put the Classic Who Zone on a bit of a break for a month or two or something, just so we can bring it back and it feels fresh again. You know, that's not the way, because there's no point to just keep going over and over and over and keeping it going for say the foreseeable future, because that's not going to work. You know what I mean? Unless all of a sudden more classic stories that have disappeared reappear suddenly, and then we have new stuff to actually do. What I might actually do one time is dedicate a few weeks just to break it up a little bit to the classic animation stories that have been done. Now, I know some people don't like all of the classic animation stories, but it would break it up from what we have been watching, and then it would mean then when we go back to the other stories, it would feel fresh again. Do you know what I mean? How many classic animated stories is there now? About 5 or 6 or something. That'd be 5 or 6 weeks of animated stuff, right? And then we could go back then and do the classic, the live action, as you might as well say, versions of them. You know, watch the TV series again, and then it'll feel fresh again. I think that's what we should consider doing. Maybe in the next few weeks, I'll have a chat with the panel.
About free Flash anime, isn't there as well?
and we'll do whatever. Yeah, we'll do whatever we can, man. Any ideas, suggestions, we'll do them all. Just we have done Shada, but we'll do it again. We haven't done that in a long time. I think that was in the early days. We have done. What else did we do? I think we did. What's the other animation? It was
Invasion.
Invasion. We did that one. We did Power of the
Macro Terror.
Yeah, Macro Terror. We done that.
Power of the Daleks.
Yeah, we didn't do Fury of the Deep any, but we'll do them all because we haven't done them in a long time. Actually, that's a good suggestion. So maybe in the next couple of weeks, I tell you what we're on Peter Davison now, and I think we've done all the Sylvester McCoy stories. I think we're gonna skip the Colin Baker that week, and I think we to finish off Trial. I think after that, then I think we'll for the next couple of weeks. I think we'll concentrate on some of the animated stories, and then that means then when we come back, then it'll feel fresh doing the other stories again. How about that? Does that sound all right to everybody?
That sounds all right.
Right. Well, once I've got the panel's agreement, that's good. But if you guys in the chat as well, and by the way, don't worry. If you can't get certain animation, I'm sure we'll be able to help you out some way or another. Maybe we'll figure out something anyway. Some of them are available on BritBox, actually. Actually, I think most of them are available on BritBox now. I think you can get most of the animations on BritBox. But we will try help you to try find them as much as possible, if you know what I mean. I won't say any more, but we will try help you. But we'll do that in the next couple. We'll do that in 2 weeks.
Wink, say no more. Say no more.
That's it. Web of Fear is coming out. Yeah, I have a problem with the fact that they're only animating one, but again, this shows the desperation of the licensees. That's the way I look at it. They're not making money, so they decided, well, let's do it anyway, even though there might be a possibility, which Eddie said is but there could be a copy of that out there somewhere. But if there is, he thinks it's already damaged beyond any repair because it's been so long, which would probably be the case for most of them unless they were stored properly. And that's the thing about it. Unless some of this film is actually stored properly, then most of it is probably gone now, which is the sad thing. But what we'll do now is we'll do the channel shoutouts. Don't forget, we got tomorrow. We've got New Who. We've got the second part, the Impossible Astronaut. It was the first one, and the second one is called, I forget what the second one is.
The Moon or something like that. The Day of the Moon.
The Day of the Moon. That's the one. Actually, I do like the end of that episode. Right, the second episode does go all over the place, but the end of that episode is actually epic, where he exposes the silence. Right, that part and the music kicking in behind the Murray Gold music. That's the scene that brings a smile on my face. See, Moffat could do little things like that. Yeah. Right, let's do the channel shout-outs. So we will start with PD Rich first. Go ahead, PD.
Okay, you can find me when I'm not here. You can find me in the chat on Rabbi's channel. If you could subscribe. He's also trying to get his other people to subscribe to his other channel just in case, because he got a copyright strike over Time Fracture because he put some footage from Time Fracture and got in a lot of trouble.
Oh.
So, yeah, he's naughty Rabbi. We do tell him.
Rabbi, why man? Why
No.
Well, you wouldn't be the rabbi if you didn't do rabbi stuff, as we say. Yeah.
Crazy rabbi.
So he has a second channel, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, his second channel. He's going to start using it again. It's a bit dead. The video's on it about 4 years old, but he's cleaning it up just in case.
Right. Well, I'll check out Rabbi's whole channel, see what kind of content he put up back in the day. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be
I just found out the other day as well.
Wow. Oh, he's been keeping that one a secret. Okay. Well, then there you go. Is there anybody else?
That's about it.
Wow. Right. That's fantastic. Oh, by the way, Charlotte and Daniel haven't been on PJ Maybe's channel. I just want to shout out PJ Maybe actually. I like that channel. I watched stream that they were on. I think it was Daniel actually. I could be confused, but there was one where Wendy was on it as well actually with them. They were talking. I think we were talking Judge Dredd actually. It was. So a good channel there as well. But yeah, I think that's PJ maybe. Oh yeah, as I said, Dan the Spacebook. I can't forget Dan.
Yeah.
Because that was a lovely little post from him. Do you know what? He actually wrote something on YouTube as well, and at first I didn't think it was him because he was using his full name, but it turns out that he does have that other YouTube. It's not a YouTube channel. There's no content on it, but he does use it to comment on people's videos. So when I seen a comment, he said it was a nice comment. He said something about thanked all of us and Lee and all the other panelists, and he also said a very important channel, and that meant a lot when he said that, a very important channel, because you know, I've always tried to give you guys the opportunity to come on and air your grievances about this era, because you just haven't been able to be allowed to do that. So when I hear someone like Dan, who I respect highly in this game, and who I think personally deserves to be top dog in this fandom, actually, when it comes to stuff. There's other channels out there with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Well, I don't think anybody would disagree with me in saying that Dan's the Spacebook channel should actually be one of those channels, without a shadow of a doubt. Dan is just great, and he has great people around him. So yeah, check out Dan's channel. Who else do I want? There's not a few channels that I normally give an out shout out to. He's not here, but he's probably in work. It's the one and only Alpha Omega. Don't forget to check out his channel. As you know, Alpha has decided to take the plunge. Now, Alpha was on YouTube before, he told me, but he's decided to give it another go. So Alpha has his channel, so go and check that out, please, if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate that. And who else? Obviously, Charlotte mentioned Daniel's channel. Don't forget to subscribe to Daniel's channel. I really do appreciate you all subscribing to Daniel's channel. Show him your support, you know, because he's had to deal with a bit of shit on his channel as well, with a couple of trolls and stuff like that. So do show him a bit of support and subscribe to him. He does some great stuff. And who else is there? Who else do I want to shout out? That's Ballstreck, actually. Have you seen? Yeah, Ballstreck put a post up, actually. And he's going to be doing more videos like the style that he did the last Doctor Who video in. He said there's a style change. He'd still do some shouty videos, but he's decided to change style. I think that's a good move, personally. While I do like his shouty style videos, and I think they're absolutely spot on anyway, I think the reaction that he got to the one that he recently did basically made him make the decision for him, because he got the most views on that video, and he hadn't gotten over 50,000 views on a video in a couple of months, obviously, because he hasn't been on as often. But this video got a really positive reaction. So go and check out Ballstreck's channel as well, because as you know, he's been a very big supporter behind the scenes as well. And that's who I'm going to shout out this week. I know there's loads of others that I could, but, you know, we'll do a few at a time. We don't want to, as they say, blow our loads before time. So we'll just leave it at that. That's a bit of adult humor there for you kids, if you don't know. Well, you shouldn't be listening because the channel is over anyway. But there you go. Actually, I do have these streams set that they're not for kids. So if any kids are watching and the parents come here giving me a bit of grief, well, I do have the channel set for not for kids. So if your kids are on it, it's your fault, bad parenting on your behalf, for not keeping them on them. Yeah. I just thought I'd put that one out there. But lads, listen, and Charlotte, it's been an absolute pleasure again. And as I said, over 1,000 videos. So I want to thank you all for contributing over the time that I've known you. And of course, you know, the things that some of you have done behind the scenes as well. I just want to say thank you, and you know who you are. I'm not going to mention our names because you know there's too many ears to the ground, as they say. But you know who you are. I thank you always for your support. It means the world. And as I said, we've got plenty fun times ahead. Remember, right? These are all the things to come in the future. And I still haven't done Superman and Lois yet. That's still to come, by the way. We still have to do our Coming to America 2 review. That's still all coming. All the things that I said that were going to happen on the Irish Geek are happening here, right? But they are still happening. And on top of that, we'll have the Orville back, right? So I might start doing Orville reviews before the Series 3 kicks in. When I know the date for Series 3, what I'll do is actually I will plan it that when we do Series 1, we do Series 2, and then Series 2 review will be literally done and the new series will start up, right? So we'll be doing the Orville as well. Remember, I did do Picard Series 1. I think it was on Rabbi's channel. We will be doing Picard Series 2 because we did do Season 1. I want to actually see where they go with this one because Q is coming back, and Q was a favorite character of mine, but I want to see how they fuck him up. So I want to watch Season 2 of Picard.
Right now, it's a train wreck.
So we're going to have loads, right? And on top of it, then Friday nights, then we're going to be on before Friday Night Tights like we always were. We're going to have a new panel show. We're going to be talking about everything, not just Doctor Who. Everything. I mean, absolutely everything. There'll be no bars hold. There'll be nothing left to the imagination. We'll talk about everything. Whatever needs to be discussed, we'll discuss it. We'll talk about the good things that are happening in Hollywood and elsewhere. We'll also talk about the bad as well. We'll also have guests on that will have the articles that they'll want to bring it to the attention of you guys. We will talk about them while they're reading the articles and stuff like that. So that's the plan I have for Friday nights. I am, well, either way, the show launches next week. Now, right now, Lee is taking a bit of a break, so we'll see when I can get in touch with him again. But we're supposed to have a trailer in place for next week. If that doesn't happen, we're still launching anyway. We're still going ahead because it was the time that I set for it. So next Friday, the new show will be happening. So come and join us for that. It's always before Friday Night Tights. We always did that time slot anyway, between 8 and 10, and then Friday Night Tights started then. So come and join us for that. Exciting things happening on the channel, and I hope you will continue to share the journey with me. And listen, you know, as I said, you have helped me get through this pandemic just as much as you guys to tell me that this channel and other channels help you. And I'm just glad that I've met you all, and I want to thank you all. And I'm going to shut up.
Likewise.
I've said I'm getting soppy now. I didn't think I'd get to this. I honestly didn't. I didn't think I'd last this long. And the only reason why I have is because of all of you. So I really appreciate that. And I'll keep trying to bring you the latest that I can on Doctor Who. And I'll always give you the platform to have a voice on this channel. And as I said, this channel is for everybody, by the way. It's not just for fans that dislike the current era. This channel is for other people if they just choose to open up. And if they did, they would see that we're not the channel that people make us out to be. Hopefully I'll be able to dispel all of those horrible rumors about this channel and this community, because I hate that. That's the one thing that does annoy me, because we're not a toxic channel. Look at the chat. Nobody's toxic in the chat. We're not toxic here. Yes, we do have very strong opinions on the current era. I'm not going to change, right? That's how I feel. If I feel any different during Series 13, I'll tell you. Even if people in the chat hate me, I will give my honest opinion. I'm not going to give an opinion based on the biases of the last 2 seasons. I will judge the Series 13 on its own merits, like I've done with every other season. So we'll see what happens. And I am getting mushy, so I'm going to shut up now. But PD, Super Doctor, Alpha Omega, Lee, Queen Charlotte, Daniel, and every other guest that's ever appeared on this channel, thank you. It's been a great 3.5, 4 years nearly now. Here's to the next 1,000 videos. Oh, by the way, I will have another live stream tonight. A little surprise there, because I'm after being sent something, and I want to read it because it's in relation to John Barrowman anyway. And I did say that I had some stuff to talk about John Barrowman, so I'm actually going to do a live stream in about an hour. So if you are around, come back to me. It'll only be a short one, by the way. It'll be about a half an hour, right? It's not going to be a big, huge thing, but I do want to highlight some things that, because John Barrowman has actually done an interview, and I want to talk about that because the J-bots, and yes, I'm back to calling them J-bots, the J-bots have decided to pick on him again, and this is what this channel does. It calls out bullshit. I'm going to read the interview, then I'm going to give me your opinions on the current era fans, because they're absolutely disgraceful the way they're carrying on. So join me in about a half an hour, 45 minutes. I will see you then. So I'll leave us with the channel trailers created by our good friend Lee, who's decided to take a little bit of a break from social media. I do feel partly responsible, of course. Some people know what I'm talking about, but I'm not getting into it. But what you call it, he will be back. He will be back. You know what? You know the way he is. He'll just need his break, but he will be back. And again, this is his great artwork. So check it out. I think his channels have already been put in the chat there. So I'm going to say goodnight. Say goodnight, panel.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Right,
and I'll be back tomorrow.
You're coming back tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know if PD Rich is around. Well, he does normally do with us. Actually, it's he's doing classic because
I'll be around.
Modding on Rabbi's channel, but Rabbi a Jewish holiday, so that's why. So we're grateful to have you for this one as well, actually. So thank you for joining us for this one as well, Peter.
No worries.
And John. And we'll see you tomorrow. Same panel tomorrow for a bit of New Who. So come and join us. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.
See you tomorrow.
Look after yourselves, and enjoy our weekend. It's a hot one, all right. It's 10 to 10, and I'm still bloody roasting.
Yeah, it was about 25 degrees where I am.
Do you know what I'm going to do? As soon as this stream's over, I'm going into the kitchen. I'm turning on the coal tap, and I'm sticking my head under it.
So what to do is get a big bottle of water and stick it in the deep freeze for about 20 minutes, and then pull it out, and it's nice and cold.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, though, that can be quite dangerous as well. Because if you drink that water too cold, brain freeze, but it can also cause your face to fucking, so watch that. Because I've done that a few times myself, man. It's painful as feck. But I do agree with you. Ice cold water out of the freeze, there's nothing better.
Just sip it slowly. Don't take it all at one go.
That's it. And drink plenty of fluids. We're like doctors here, we are. See that? Drink plenty of fluids, right? And we don't mean Fanta or 7-Up. We mean water. Okay. As Ronaldo says, drink water. Right.
Yeah.
See you later, folks.
Right, see you later.
Later.
Goodbye.